So if this is about competition, let us have competition.
5, 4, 3, 2,
Hello and welcome out to this week's episode. And I have the wrong card up and it looks really good. Hey, get ready to start soon. Let's get ready to start soon. What if I did this? Hey, you can see everybody.
There we go. That's the right button.
Look what I can do. Yeah. I was all excited. Everything. It's the guest panel we have tonight, guys. It's so amazing that I just I forgot my shit. Screwed up. All right. Anyway, we're moving on. So, hello, everybody. Welcome to the show. This is Gamers Council, and myself, and RHETRI are so excited to be here tonight with our special panel. We have the number one TTS, bringing the truth bombs, Dirt Griggity, talking the truth about with the situation going on with gaming today, and we are so glad to have him on. Dirt Griggity, welcome, sir.
Wow, thank you. Excuse me. Thank you for that kind introduction. What's up, everybody? Thanks for stopping by. Thanks for the invite, guys. I'm happy to be here.
Of course,
this is my second time, right? My second time.
Second, at least.
Yeah, but the third time on WebDave's channel, though, right? Third time.
That's right. That's right.
Yeah, man,
that's true. Yeah,
some great topics, and I'm ready to talk about them, brothers.
Awesome.
Nice.
Awesome. Well, Dirt, we are so glad that you're here. Is it? How do you say it? Dirt. That's the way Shaun says it. I love Shaun. Interviewed him a couple of weeks ago, and his episode's up too, and fantastic. You guys are, I mean, so many views on those episodes. It's amazing. Pretty excited. And another big viewing episode that I have is with this man, the man that actually keeps it going. Every single day I tune in and listen to his podcast because every single day he drops the news that you need to know about gaming, and that is Plume Network. Tony, welcome, sir.
Hey, how you guys doing? I'm happy to be here. Excited for this show. I saw the topics, lots to talk about. It's been a crazy couple of weeks in gaming, and I think we're gonna get into it. It's gonna be fun. It's gonna be fun talking about PlayStation and where they are at and all that stuff. So it should be good.
Yes, exactly. And then, of course, my co-host that I could not do this show without. He is absolutely the rock and the man that puts this all together to make us do so well, and that is RHETRI. Welcome, buddy.
What's going on? What's up, Dave? What's up, Dirt? What's up, Plume? Yeah, this is gonna be a fun one. We got some spicy topics. We're gonna talk. I might piss some people off tonight, but you know, it is what it is. I'm gonna try to play the other side of the coin, even though half the stuff I'm going to say tonight, I don't actually believe myself, but I like to play devil's advocate. So I'm going to try that out tonight a little bit, but yeah, good topics tonight. It's going to be a lot of fun. Thank you guys for coming out. We already got over 50 people here watching. We're going to have more people trickle in for sure. So looking forward to talking shit.
Exactly.
Let's start off with Adidas here again, man. Killing it, dude. Adidas. Thank you for basically being, the Gamers Council sponsor. So we got Adidas Tony Zero with the $20 super chat. What's up? Web and Dirt time to TTS and talk about the Xbox slander and bias. Yes, absolutely.
Adidas 20 what's up, brother?
We're gonna get into that for sure, 100%.
And then he, of course, has another one.
All right. Adidas 20 with another $5 super chat here. Salute to Big Plume. Sorry I missed your name and credits.
What's up, Adidas?
And then one more just for good measure.
What's up, Adidas? Thank you, sir. The $2 super chat. RHETRI in the house. Yes, I am here. So yeah, Xbox Biker Mike. I'm gonna do it. I'm doing it tonight, man. It's happening. I'm just listen. Everything I say, take it with a grain of salt. It's all for shits and giggles and fun. I don't believe some of the stuff I'm gonna be saying tonight. I need to play the other side just to see, because I know some of you, because I have seen it on Twitter. I know some of the people that I love and respect weren't a fan of the the full page ad. But we're gonna get into that. We're definitely gonna talk about that.
Oh yeah,
because I'm curious. Because I am curious.
I'm gonna jump back in real quick over top of it. Because it's early in the show, and usually we can't do this, but right now I do want to jump out real quick and thank KC. We got Adele. We have David Cohen. We've got FarQ. We've got so many great members. Timmy, of course, yourself. David Cohen is in here. Make sure I may repeat some. Even PlayStation's dog poop is in our chat too. Thanks. Thirsty 30 below is here. Yeah, Kingfish. Goodness, Xbox Mike. Who else we got in there today? We got Boss Mod, Lethal Papa, bringing down the hammer tonight, keeping everybody in.
Keeping us all honest.
I mean, is that out loud? Okay, so yeah, and then we got Mr. Joanna Dark, Def Leppard. Let's see who else we got in there. Of course, Plume. Yeah, there we go. And Dirt is there. Dirt is there. I love Shaun the way he says it. and then we got Infinite Umbra, Crispy Bomb, and so many more. Oh my gosh, and it's starting to really pile up now. OCD Gamer and so many others. Thank you all so much for being here. If I don't get to each and every one of you, please don't take offense. It's just a matter of we got to get this show rolling. And man, we've got such a great show tonight. So many great topics. Mm-hmm. And one thing I want to make sure everybody knows, just to kind of set the mood, Xbox owns Call of Duty. Just want to say that. And that seems to, for somehow, rustle from feathers.
Yeah.
It's like it makes a difference between who owned it before and who owns it now. Like it makes any difference.
It's weird.
We'll talk about it tonight. RHETRI, what we got?
Odd. Let's start off. I'll start with you, Dirt. Finding out what games you guys have been playing, any TV and movies that you've watched that have interested you lately. We'll start off with games, though. Go for it, Dirt.
Yeah, I've been playing Alan Wake 2. Actually, just stopped playing it before the show. So I've been enjoying it. Honestly, it started off a little slow. I was like, damn, this game kind of slow. Then it picked up. It picked up. That's okay. Yeah,
I'm with you. I agree. In the beginning is little.
Yeah, the beginning is a little slow because I love the first Alan Wake. I beat it like 2 or 3 times. And this is definitely different. This is not as, it's a survival horror game, man. Once I got that in my head, stop comparing it to the first one. This is a survival horror game, not an action game. Then it stuck with me. Now I'm thoroughly enjoying it. And I like survival horror games. So yeah, I'm enjoying it right now. As far as movies, last night, me and the wife and like one of my daughters went to go see Five Nights at Freddy's.
Oh, nice.
I liked it.
How was it? You liked it? It was enjoyable.
It was fine, yeah. It wasn't like a great movie or nothing, but it was.
I mean, you got to know what you got to know what you're getting into when you're watching Five Nights at Freddy's.
Yeah, it was all right, man. It was a nice little hour and 40-minute movie. I look forward to it. Being like having a sequel in the future, and I think they will because it was very successful. So, hey, yo, top notch. Show some damn respect, sir. Talking about that piece of trash.
You tell him, Dirt. Talk that shit.
Show some damn respect.
Watch yourself, because he's a mod. So if you talk too much shit, he's just gonna boot your ass like you're a PlayStation guy.
Dirt can kick you out as easy as anybody else can.
Yeah, top notch. Show some respect,
and so can Plume.
That's right. Yeah, absolutely.
Let me address somebody in the chat. Damien D, is it PG-13? Yes, it is. And I'm usually the horror movie should be rated R guy, but the PG-13 didn't bother me in this movie. I think they did it well. So
cool. Yeah, I didn't realize it was PG-13. I would assume Friday Night that would have been rated R.
No,
but
it's PG-13. Yeah. Okay.
Oh, that's cool. Plume, what have you been playing, brother? Any movies and TV shows that you've been binging on or anything?
It's been a rough couple weeks for me in games. I just went through a move, so I've finally been able to sit down over like the last week or so. Been playing Halo Infinite, jumped into season 5, which Halo Infinite,
nice.
if you haven't played it recently, it's so good right now. And then I started the MW3 campaign on, what was it, Friday that it came out, the early access, or whenever the early access started. So I think I'm almost done. I'm about, I would say, probably halfway or 3/4 through it for sure. Yeah, I'm guessing we're going to talk about that later on too, with like the review scores and stuff. So I'll save that for them. But yeah, I'm enjoying it. It's not bad. It's fun. It's not. I don't think it's as good as the MW2 or the first one, but it's not terrible. And that's pretty much it. I finally started Assassin's Creed Mirage, which is what I've been wanting to play for a while. So I've played a couple hours of that. Nice. That's all I've been getting into. And then in terms of TV shows and stuff, haven't been watching many. I've just been watching like sports recently. Just like I watch hockey and football and wrestling and stuff. So that's all I've been watching when I'm not gaming.
Cool. Very
cool.
nice. Yeah. Dave, what about you, man? Have you been playing any games or what?
Yeah. Is it Jusant? Is that how you pronounce it?
Jusant. That's how I say it. I don't know if that's correct, but
there you go. Yeah, I've been playing a lot of that. I like that. It's pretty cool. Starfield, the game of the year coming out. I mean, I'm sorry. We'll put a poll up here in a little bit, see what people think about that. And then, man, it's a lot of horror movies this last week, and pretty much an endless cycle of horror movies or TV shows or YouTube channels covering paranormal stuff, that kind of thing. So big fan, which of the Project Fear, which used to be was it Destination Fear, when it was on the
Discovery or whatever it was.
Discovery, exactly. Yeah. So lots of fun there. But yeah, just getting into the holidays. Still got Halloween decorations up that are coming down tomorrow, and Christmas lights go up tomorrow. Jesus Christ, can you believe that?
Oh, you're one of those.
Well, my wife is one of those. My wife is one of those.
Okay.
So,
hey,
mine are already up. I got mine up
good
yesterday.
For you.
So I'm one of those too.
You know what? I embrace it only because it pisses people off, and who cares? You know what I mean? Like I was actually talking to Silent Cypher about this like yesterday, the day before, and I told him we should do a Christmas show in November just to make everybody angry. And because he already had like his decorations up, I'm like, yeah, boys, like the day after Halloween, let's go.
That's funny.
Moving on. See you Halloween. Let's go.
So what about you, RHETRI?
How about the people that actually leave their Christmas decorations up like
like year round? Those guys are just geniuses, man. Like they just, why take that? If you're doing a lot of decorations, why take that shit down? At least the lights. I'm okay with the lights. Maybe not like the floaty things.
Turn them off. Okay.
I mean, I love lights. Obviously, I like lights, and we got lights fucking everywhere in this house, so I'm all about it. I don't know what it is. I feel like I live in a nightclub. But for me, I've been playing. Well, I finished COD. I finished the MW3 campaign. And we'll talk about that. I don't want to go into my thoughts on that, but we're definitely going to talk about that. I've been playing Jusant as well, too, which I really like. I'll say that. I'll say I like Jusant. It's a nice, relaxing, chill climbing game, so that's cool. But I started watching Loki again. Loki's back. It's been back for weeks, so I'm behind. But I love that effing show. It's to this day, I think it's the best Disney show, in my opinion. And that was the guy who was saying, who the fuck wants to watch Loki? This sounds stupid. And it's my favorite one. So love the Loki show. New season started off great so far. So looking forward to watching more of that. And I just started watching the new Spider-Man animated movie because it's on Netflix. Was it Across the Spider-Verse or whatever it is? Really good so far. Really, really good. I really like the first one. This one does feel a little bit better to me. Plus, they started. I'm an old school hip hop guy, so they started playing Rakim of all people. Rakim, Guess Who's Backtracking it. I was like, yeah, you got me. So I was happy to see that. But yeah, it's good. It's good so far. I'm about halfway done, so we'll see if it's as good as people say it is. But I have no doubt. So.
We do have
Doom Reaper. Have you seen Ragnarok on Netflix? I've watched the first season. Ragnarok's the one with the it's Thor, right? Am I mixing that up? That's the Thor show, I think, right? Doom Reaper. If that's the one, I saw the first season. I haven't watched it since, but I will watch that. I will catch up for sure. Top Notch with the $5 super chat. Never in history of gaming have all came out to say to COD campaign is bad. Too many ponies following the train of Da Bride. Hashtag Xbox tax is real. Yeah. That Xbox tax is absolutely fucking for real, dude. And I believe it. I know, so, there's been tens that have come from IGN and shit, but I don't know, man. Like I believe it. I see it. We see it all the time. We've seen it with Starfield and all the crap that it got for the bugs on that game. And then I didn't see the exact same energy from all these, journalists on Spider-Man and all the ridiculous amount of bugs that had. So, tell
You
me
know
I'm
what,
wrong.
RHETRI, let's why don't we just I'll call it audible, and let's go ahead and start with
do it.
that, because I think Dirt's ready to jump on it, and I think all of us are probably ready to give some thoughts on this Call of Duty controversy. So
Sure.
so I'll let you pose the question to Dirt.
Yeah, I mean, all right. Let me kind of get into this. This is where I'm gonna play. I mean, if you read my name, it says no. I'm gonna do it. It says just press B. It says that for a fucking reason. That's basically where my thought goes on this process. But Dirt, I mean, I kind of know. I know your thoughts, but for anyone who did not watch your video, which I watched your video today on this subject, it was awesome. And many other subjects, it was really good. This whole the whole advertising thing, the ad, I want to talk about the full screen ad first. What are your overwhelming like thoughts, your over encompassing thoughts about the ad? Does it personally bother you? Is it something that you think deserves articles to be written about it? Or what are your thoughts about this Call of Duty Modern Warfare ad full screen thing that some people got? Not everyone even got this thing. So
this is, to me, fake outrage. Now ads are a part of life, right? I guess people feel that because it pops up full screen, this is unacceptable. This is BS, Microsoft. Look, man, ads are part of our life every day. YouTube videos. When ads become a problem is when they're unskippable, right?
All right.
This is clearly skippable. Press B, go to the exit, whatever it is, go right to your dashboard. I just feel like some of the fake outrage that I'm seeing, people, oh my God, Xbox, are you serious? They're advertising their first party games. They did it with Starfield. I got the Starfield one. I got the
I didn't get any of these. The COD was my first one.
Now COD was the one I didn't get for whatever reason, but I got Starfield. I got
Forza as well.
Forza. I got the damn game like the game showcase. That was one that popped up.
I forgot. I'm so glad you brought that up, because I saw in the Verge article when I was reading it, I was like, oh yeah, I got that one. I kind of actually forgot about it. So yeah, there's another one right there.
So boom, they show up. Boom. Don't forget, this game is available to buy or pre-order, whatever. Okay, if you're not interested, keep it moving. Like I said, the only time I have a problem with advertisement is when this is unskippable. Like, you ever go to the random YouTube video where
you gotta wait for the ad thing?
Yeah, you gotta wait for the 5 seconds. But there are some ads, some videos where, for whatever reason, the YouTube content creator will make an ad unskippable. I've seen that. So that's listen, man. Bro, who cares? Just go ahead and go past it. And if this happened to PlayStation, my energy will be the exact same. Who cares? If it's skippable, skip it and keep it moving. Why are we complaining about this? I know why we're complaining about this.
Well, yeah, I got a good idea too. But here's where I'm gonna play the other side. It's really hard for me to do because I don't even believe the bullshit I'm about to say. Do you think, though, Dirt, that this is a slippery slope and that it starts with a full screen one image and then it becomes a trailer or an unskippable ad? Or do you think this is the direction that they're going to go in? Do you think you're going to see more of this? And where, I guess, where's the line? Like, is this the line? You know what I mean? Is this full page ad? Is that good enough? That's a line? Or will you care if when you turn on your Xbox, you get like a full trailer just hits you in the face, and at the end of the trailer, it's like, buy whatever, XYZ?
Well, I do believe we'll get more of this. I think the line is if it's unskippable. If that comes to a point where the ad is unskippable, then that's an issue. That's an issue. And I don't see that happening. If that happens, then we have a totally different conversation. We're having a totally different conversation. I just feel if it's skippable, it's skippable. I mean, when you go to the movies, listen,
That's
I'm
the best
47,
part,
so
Dirt.
no, I'm not talking about previews.
Okay.
I'm not talking about previews.
All right.
When I went to the movies back in the 90s and early 2000s, we had trailers. Now we have commercials.
Oh yeah.
And then we have trailers.
Yep.
Yeah. We definitely do.
Advertisement is everywhere. We just need to just chill out and stop with this fake outrage. People didn't say a damn word when Starfield popped up, Forza popped up, the Game Awards popped up. I believe even something else popped up. Nobody said nothing. But now, since Call of Duty popped up, and people remember, oh shit, that's the Xbox first party game. This is bullshit, Xbox. Get out of here, man. Get out of here with that crap. Nobody said a word. A word about Starfield and Forza popping up. Not one word. Actually, what I saw is people say, oh, cool, Xbox is advertising their first-party games. Now, since COD is doing the same thing, now they're bitching. Get out of here, man.
Yeah. I gotta be truthful here. They got me. That ad popped up and I was like, bye.
That's why they do it.
So,
it works.
Listen,
That's why
it worked.
they do
It worked. I don't want to
Excellent.
lie. That's how I finished the campaign already. Whatever. You got me. But Plume, what are your feelings about this whole, I don't like dare call it like a controversy. I don't know. I guess I'm just being facetious and being a dick about this, but what's your opinion on this full screen ad and like this possibility of it coming more and more in the future, like slippery slope type of thing? Is this just the beginning? What are your thoughts, brother?
I think this has got to be one of the dumbest controversies that we've had that I can remember. This has got to be one of the stupidest things. Everyone, for some reason, is talking about it now because of Call of Duty. I got one for Starfield. I got one for Forza. And then I got one for Call of Duty. The first thought that went through my head when I saw the Call of Duty one, I was like, oh, wow. They're already advertising it here on Xbox. Like, the deal is finalized. Like, this is kind of cool. I wasn't even angry about this.
Exactly.
And I go online and I see everybody posting this. And all you have to do is hit exit. It's mind blasting to me.
No, Plume. Incorrect. You have to hit over A. That I'm not shitting you. I literally saw someone that said all you have to do is exit, and someone came on fucking argued that it's actually 3 button presses. I was like,
serious,
you just posted that shit, dude, on the internet. You actually just fucking said that. You just told the entire public that 1 button press isn't a problem, but 3, go fuck yourself. Like,
come on, man.
That was real. I did a video on this before I saw all of the outrage, and I can't remember exactly what I said, but I was talking about how like it's cool, like Xbox is advertising this, all this type of stuff, right? And then I go online and my head started to hurt of how stupid people were. But like with Starfield, it started with Starfield, right? Everyone's like, oh, they're not advertising enough. They're not advertising. They're not advertising Starfield, and now they're advertising too much. So like, when are people happy? And then I just want to make one last point. The thing people have to realize with these ads, it's not like generally for the person who's tracking what every release date of every single game and know that Call of Duty had
it's for
early
literally
access.
Everybody else.
It's for everybody else, and I can guarantee you they probably got a lot of people realizing, oh shit, Call of Duty's available now. I want to play it. I want to play this campaign. And it's not an intrusive ad whatsoever. It's like you hit it. Anyways, it's just my head hurts from thinking about how stupid this one was.
I agree, Plume. It's crazy, bro.
I gotta be honest with you. I kind of like the idea, and it's like specifically for a game like COD, for them to release it early so you can get the part that almost no one gives a shit about, anyways, out of the way. Like, you know what I mean? You play the campaign, whether you like it or not, and we'll talk about that next. And then you get to, what was it, the 10th or whenever the hell it's actually coming out. Then you're ready to play multiplayer like the rest of the planet, and that's what most people care about anyways. So I kind of felt like this, like it came up and I saw it and I was like, holy shit, like my whole room went red because this is bright red and it was dark. And I was like, oh, cool. I forgot it was available today and I purchased it, and I didn't think much about it. I didn't think it was going to be like a thing on that. Should have known. I don't know why I didn't think it was going to be a thing on the internet. Everything is. But here we are. I mean, if you guys, people in the chat, like, don't be afraid. If this bothered you, I want to know, because I saw some people on Twitter that, you know, some of my boys and some people that I respect that were like, F this, man. They were actually pissed off about this.
Yep.
I think it was more along the lines of like, this is step one. You just guys wait, like more is coming. And they're probably right. Like Dirt said, like, there's gonna be more. Like,
yeah,
exactly.
Probably, yeah.
There will be more. I mean, you go on the dashboard and there are ads, but like at the same time, this is how a avenue that they make money. So it's either you have a couple of ads there, or they pass more of the cost on to the consumer. They'd rather them have a couple of ads, right?
Exactly.
Than pay more for this type of stuff. And like not trying to console war here, but PlayStation, I get friggin' I have the PS app, and Spider-Man 2 comes out, get a notification. Another game comes out, get a notification, like nonstop on my phone. So this isn't anything new or different. It's just like, it is what it is. And it's not, I don't know. Anyways.
Yeah.
No.
I'm with you.
So,
Dave, what are your thoughts, brother?
Well, here's my first thought is, I'm going to share a screen. Gosh. Can everybody see that?
Yep.
Yes.
Yeah. So that is the PlayStation 5.
There you go.
And wow, look at that. Look what's on there.
Yeah, like
that's an
the
ad.
old banner ad right at the top.
Gosh, that's an ad. It is.
I didn't even see that one.
Mhm.
Yeah.
So yeah, right there. So,
So he says, super intrusive Call of Duty ad logo. Get a grip, Sony. Yeah. He says, I don't want to see ads for Xbox games. Yeah, it just kind of feels like just a reason to bitch about something.
Yep.
Like I'm okay with like people getting angry and maybe thinking like, oh boy, this is step one of like 10 steps and it's going to get worse and worse and worse. We'll see. I do think I think you're going to see a lot more of this with, I agree with Dirt. I think you're seeing every single big first party game that comes out. Yeah. 100% first party.
Yeah. Hey, welcome out to the over 150 people in the chat right now. Thank you all so much for being here. Hate to ask this, but please hit the like button. If you don't like RHETRI's haircut, hit the dislike button. I'm just kidding. But either way, it works for us. I love you, RHETRI. You know that. I'm just teasing. But yeah, no, hit the like button, please. He's like, yeah, after me. He's coming after me. But like I was saying earlier, when the ad popped up, I had the opposite of I guess, a reaction. I was excited. I was like,
I know,
dude,
I think
for me,
too.
It's like this lets everybody know this motherfucking game is Microsoft. We own this motherfucker, meaning Microsoft, not myself. And so it's like after all the crap we've been through for 20 plus months, whew, amen.
It's a win, man.
It is a win. Let's get to these super chats because most of them are on subject today on this topic.
Yeah, absolutely.
Right now, so.
Yeah, Spartan661 with the $2 super chat says YouTube is way more violating than Microsoft on ads. Yeah, 100%. Yeah, go to Forbes.com and try to read an article. Good luck. Holy
popping
shit,
all over the damn article. You can't read the damn thing.
You cannot read it. You got to block so much shit. It's crazy. Adidas20 with the $2 super chats. Kid Smooth said, Xbox marketing too much.
Oh, it's a shame.
Yeah,
hey,
it's crazy.
Get the fuck over
We've done a whole 180 here. Like not enough marketing. I'm kind of one of those people who stepped on the like, I don't think they're marketing good enough, and I'm changing my tune right now. King Webb with the $5 super chat. What's up, my brother? Happy birthday to me, fellas. Oh, what's up? What's up, Dirt? Plume. Glad you all made it to the show. WebDave and RHETRI. Love to see you guys doing your thing. Salute to you too, man. I love King Webb. Been a supporter of mine and WebDave's from the get-go. So love you, brother. Silent Cypher with a $2 super chat says, good evening to my awesome podcast family. Cheers. What's up, Silent? We're just talking about you and Christmas lights, brother. Welcome.
oh goodness, we have one more too. Let's thanks guys for the super chats. We appreciate those. Thank you.
Yeah,
make sure you hit the like button,
guys. Yeah, top notch with the $5 super chat. RHETRI, what if your B button stuck in permadeath? Would that be a legit argument to complain? Yeah, about the controller. Yeah, because I'd be
Yeah.
like, what the fuck, Xbox and your shitty made controllers. But honestly,
Mhm.
that used to be a complaint of mine. The new Xbox controllers this gen are way better for me. Last gen was not good for me, man. I went through a lot of triggers and buttons.
If you're
I'm a
having
little-
problems
I'm a little
hitting that button, turn off your Xbox, turn it back on. That ad will be gone anyway. Just saying.
That's true.
There you
Yeah.
go.
There are ways around it, right? I guess we'll kind of stay on the whole, since we talked about this first, we'll kind of stay on the whole Call of Duty, the Modern Warfare campaign controversy. This one has got I feel like this one's got the community split down the middle as well on this one, which is fine. It's subjective. Like, you love it, you hate it, whatever. But I'll ask you, Derek. I don't know if have you played the Call of Duty campaign, the new one? At all
No,
yet?
I haven't picked it up yet because I'm playing so many games right now. I just want to focus on Alan Wake 2 right now. Then I still haven't finished Starfield. I haven't started Assassin's Creed Mirage, and I bought I'm like 70 hours into Starfield. I still haven't finished it. So I was like, maybe I'll buy it a little later. So I haven't played the campaign.
Yeah, you can definitely wait on that. There's no lack of games, and I was even debating getting it right away, but I wanted to play the multiplayer.
But the
with my
ad
boys.
got you, right?
The ad
got you.
It did. I actually posted about it too in our Discord. I'm like, they got me.
They got you.
They got me, dude. It works because I forgot. Hey, I was gonna get
sometime.
Advertisement works sometimes. There's a sucker born every minute. I'm one of them. Plume, you said you played this a little bit, right? You think you're about halfway through. So are you like 2 hours into the game? So you're about halfway through?
I'm probably like 5 or so hours into
Oh, okay. Oh, you should be very close to the end then. You probably got 5 minutes left. No. That's go ahead, Plume.
That's what I've been hearing, that one of the complaints is it's short. So that's why I was thinking I'm probably near the end if I have at least five hours into it or so.
Yeah, you should be. I mean, the people were saying, I didn't look up the time to beat it, but the general audience was saying that it was 4 hours. I'm a suck at the game because it took me like almost 5.5 hours.
It must depend like what difficulty, because I played a bunch of missions on veteran and that took me a while to just get through them.
Oh yeah, I was not messing with veteran. No wonder. Okay, yeah, you're on a different league than me. I'm not doing veteran on that. No way. I'll get my butt kicked. But I'm curious. Like we saw IGN put out their score for just the campaign, and before people start saying they don't do that sort of thing, yes, they do. They've been I just don't want any misinformation. They've been doing that for a while. They even did it with Halo as well, where they did the campaign separate. It might be a little. I kind of actually enjoy getting separate scores for these different things. But I can tell you, without a doubt, without flinching, no problem. There's no fucking way that's a 4. There's no effing way that's a 4. I'm sorry. The worst Call of Duty campaign is better than like most games out there. And for it to score a 4, I call a little bias. I call it a little false. Like, I know IGN has given, some games great scores that come from Xbox, but man, the timing is sus as a mother effer. I don't know. Dave, you haven't played this, right? You haven't played the new COD yet?
I have not. No, I have not. But I do think this whole outrage, this score is, and that's why I don't listen to or watch in any way IGN content. Fuck them. They're all bullshit. Clearly.
That's probably a good move. To talk about the COD thing, almost like a sidebar subject, I'm kind of split on this, but I'm curious, like, Dirk, does a lot of people have been complaining about the length of the game itself. Does length equal bad score? If it's only like a 4-hour game, should that automatically equal a bad? No, I was waiting for someone to go there. Should that automatically count as a bad score? Not from your wife, but like, we're talking video games. Like, if they're saying it's only 4 hours, it's only 4 hours long. Does that bother you in a $70 game that most people give a shit about the multiplayer? Or
well, I mean, that's more of a, I think, a gripe or a concern than the advertisement popping up. I think questioning Activision Blizzard, why are we paying $70 for a game that was supposed to be just a DLC that they turned out to make a full game, a short campaign? Me personally, $70, a pretty big multiplayer. It's probably not worth it, to be honest, with the 4-hour campaign, but it does have a multiplayer side, and a lot of people enjoy the multiplayer. Some people
and zombies too.
Huh?
We gotta remember, like, and it's gonna have zombies as well too.
Yeah.
So you're getting like, I see COD kind of like I see Halo. Sometimes I feel like Halo is set on a different threshold, and people forget Halo gives you a ridiculous amount of value that almost no other game on planet Earth gives you. Right? They give you the campaign, they give you the multiplayer, and they give you a bunch of modes, and they give you Forge. So COD's kind of, I feel like, the same kind of threshold there in that discussion, where it's like, is it good enough for the price, or is the real problem value? Are people more pissed off about not, is the campaign good? Is the $70 worth my money because it's only like a 4-hour or whatever 5-hour campaign? That's what I'm curious. Plume, what are your thoughts about that? About like the value versus like the length of a game? Do you think it dictates like a good or bad score how long a game is?
I think length depends on the price. Like if it's a full $70 game and it's 4 hours long, I think that will affect a review score for sure. But if it was like $30, then no, that shouldn't matter whatsoever, right?
But does it matter to you though? Like, it clearly mattered to IGN, I think. But does it, like, for you yourself, like personally, like, does that piss you off if it's too short?
If I knew the Call of Duty campaign was 4 or 5 hours, I wouldn't have spent $70 if that was the only game mode I wanted to play. Like if I was just picking this up for the campaign, no way I'm spending $70 on a 4 or 5 hour campaign. I'll wait till that thing drops in price. But I mean, I'm really like, I want to play zombies. I can't wait for that. That's probably what I'm most excited for.
Me
and
too.
then multiplayer. So I know I'm going to get my value, my worth out of the $70 for this Call of Duty. But I do think when you're reviewing, if it's a full price game and it's a short game, you have to let the people know that, like, hey, you're probably not going to get as much value out of this purchase. So it would probably affect the review score.
Yeah.
Sorry, we have a lot of funny people in chat.
Is it because of the way I'm wording it, the length thing, or
the pool was cold, stuff like that. But I wouldn't read the super chat real quick.
I was laughing at Nate Dogg's comment. Mitchy Pook 6 with the $2 super chat. Let's go Xbox. Keep up the great work, fellas. Appreciate you, Mitchy Pook.
Exactly.
First time I thought Plume has made a great point though. I think,
what's that?
I think it depends on the person, whether you like me. I don't play
your
Call of
thing
Duty.
Is like campaign versus
I'm more of a Call of Duty campaign guy. I play the multiplayer a little bit.
Yeah.
I rarely play zombies. So me spending $70 for this for this 3.5 hour game is kind of like, I might wait till it goes down in price because I mean, their campaigns usually aren't 12, 13 hours anyway. They're usually about 6, so this is even half of that. Yeah. But I love their campaign, so I do want to play it, but just it's a personal decision. I might get it a little later. But that's a great point what Plume said.
And there was a earlier version of Call of Duty. I believe it was either 3 or 4, maybe, that didn't even have a campaign at all.
Oh yeah, Lover Guy got it in the chat. Black Ops 4. I bought that one, and I was like, damn, it doesn't, because it didn't have a campaign at all. But it still sold well because people love the multiplayer.
And to throw a monkey wrench in this RHETRI. Not we're still on the subject.
No, go for it.
But this, excuse my language, this dumb motherfucker. I'm sorry, was that allowed? So
I knew it. I saw this coming a mile away. Yeah.
He has been telling everybody, you don't need to buy the game now. Stop it. Don't spend the money. It's all going to Microsoft. Fuck you.
Jay said the same thing. Moron J Tech, or is it J Tech? I always mix up. There's too many J's.
Yeah.
That guy's stupid as stupid does, man. He should be sitting around the bench right next to Forrest Gump. Like, that dude's dumb as shit. Stop telling people to, to not buy it because, a company that you dislike now owns the property that you were sucking off like 2 weeks before you found out that they, owned them. So
somebody told me, I don't know if this is true, but somebody told me this is the first time he ever had like some type of review for a Call of Duty game. I don't know if it's true or not. But
really?
If it is true, now this is what I read. Like I said, I'm not about to go back and look through his old videos.
Yeah.
But if this is true,
don't.
if this is true, and this is his first time reviewing a Call of Duty game, come on now. Why are you reviewing it now, you piece of trash? You know what I'm saying? And
I bet you he worked real hard to make sure he got this one, dude. Dirt, I think he worked real hard to make sure he fucking got this one.
Oh, yeah.
Not a coincidence.
Like I said, I don't know if it's true or not, but shit, man.
But man, what? Go ahead.
RHETRI, that the thing too with the 4 out of 10, what you were saying is like the game itself, graphically, the sound, the gunplay, the gameplay, it's so all top notch. Like it is all so good.
Mm-hmm.
I can understand people's complaints with like some of the open mission structure and the length of the game. To me, I felt like that I didn't like very much the open mission structure. It was kind of a bit lazy to me. I wish they would have had more of those.
That I respect, and that I've heard. One of our guys in the community, Tom from Toonami, has said multiple times online that he has an issue specifically with the open structure of the game, almost like Warzone-esque things going on, which didn't bother him, and I respect that, and I trust Tom, and I trust you, Plume. So like anyone who has issues like that, I get, because I know you guys aren't full of shit either. You don't have an agenda. But
that's just not what I'm looking for in a Call of Duty campaign. So that would be my biggest complaint. But like when you're reviewing games, you look at graphics, look at sound, look at gameplay, right? All those things are still top notch. So I don't know how it gets a 4 out of 10. It doesn't make any sense.
That's what I'm saying. Like this, like you usually go through IGN. IGN has that is a broken game per IGN. Per IGN on their own fucking shit. That's basically a broken game, which it's not. No. So the score's a lie, right? Like you can. You could even give it a 5. I don't give a crap, or a 6. But putting it a 4, they have their own standards, and we know what their standards are because that moron Dan came out and told us what they were and how they love to give 7s. That's their bottom of the barrel for good games.
Yeah, he's
so 4 out of 10 means, in my opinion, that the game is damn near unplayable.
Yeah, yep. Exactly.
It goes beyond being bad.
Read that real quick, RHETRI.
Lover God says Dreamcast guy reviewed Black Ops 4 and said it was great.
So it's not true what I read then.
Yeah.
He has reviewed the Call, but he said Black Ops, that's the one with no campaign. He said it was
That's what I was just gonna say, Dirk. Yeah, so it's missing elements, but that's fine. That's okay. Yeah, that's acceptable. Battlefield 2042.
Yeah. And read this one from Eternal Should Die.
Eternal Should Die says he got paid by he got paid by Quantum Error, and he was claiming that Xbox streamers were getting paid by Microsoft.
He's talking about JTech,
he's talking about JTech. Okay, thank you for that clarification.
He had called me out directly and said, "Oh yeah, Dirk Griggity's been paid." I was like,
wish. Here's the thing, guys. If Dirt was getting paid, he'd fucking tell you. He'd be like, "Yeah, I got paid." Moving on, and he would tell you what he really thinks.
And you know what?
Giving me a damn dime, man.
If anybody does deserve to get paid by Microsoft, it is Dirt. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah,
trust me, they ain't paying me.
I know, but
yeah.
So
we wish we were getting paid. Yeah. Eternal Should Die says his face is a 4 out of 10 and is completely broken.
Oh, shit.
Oh yeah. I don't like to pick on guys' looks, but my buddies do, and I let them do it. That's fine.
I can't help it, man. I was born fugly, but
But this motherfucker. Oh yeah. Exactly. Crossfire X is a 4, and COD MW3 plays a lot better. Yeah, Jason, it's a good point. I mean, I know it's weird to like. You compare like Quantum Error getting a 5, and you see the COD campaign getting a 4.
Yeah,
I'm
that's
just shaking my head. I'm like, come on, man.
The Lord of the Rings Gollum got a 4.
Gollum got a 4. Like, come on.
So, like, what did that King Kong game get? IGN? I don't think.
That's a good. I think it was it 3? I think it might have. I thought it was. I think it was super
low. Did
they
review that game? I don't know, but
I thought they did. Maybe I might be thinking of somebody else. I don't know. I try not. I'm kind of like Dave. I try not to pay it. The only time I know what's going on with
Well, they gave it a
IGN
2.
was when the internet loses their mind. And it was a okay. Yeah, I
Wow.
heard that was pretty bad.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's not good. But yeah, let's. I guess any other chats or anything like that, Web Dave, I got to go on, or can I
No, we're good. We're ready. Let's
move on to the
roll.
next thing?
Well, where do you want to go, sir?
BlizzCon. I don't know if you guys were able to watch it. It's a long, drawn out show. Yeah, it's a long one. But it's the first show under the Xbox banner, technically, which I thought was cool. We had Philly Cheesesteak Spencer came out and spoke, which I thought was pretty cool. Mikey Ybarra introduced them out there, the president of Blizzard, and said, here's Phil, and Phil went on his little PR thing talking about inclusion in our game, wanting ABK games to be everywhere. He was on there for a little while, but it was kind of nice. I'm not gonna lie, I was kind of like it was nice seeing Phil there. That was his first BlizzCon ever. But it was a nice. It was exciting for him. It was exciting for me as a fan of Blizzard games and Activision games. I don't care about King stuff, but Dirt, were you able to watch anything from BlizzCon, or do you care about BlizzCon at all? Anything that stood out to you that has you excited?
RHETRI, I gotta be honest with you. You would have asked me
this
2 years ago, I don't give a damn about BlizzCon. But since I am an Xbox,
now you care.
You damn right I care now. So
yeah.
So I watched like the first hour. It was fine. I mean, I'm not interested in many of their games. But maybe I will be in the future.
Right. Hey, you never know.
I mean, I guess if you're a Blizzard fan, I guess it was a fine show. It was cool to see Phil there, Mike Bauer and Phil, shaking hands again. So I mean, it was cool. I guess some new a new character introduced for Overwatch 2. Some more stuff shown off. So I mean, it's pretty cool to me. I mean, it is an Xbox show, and I mentioned the Xbox. It's an Xbox show, but BlizzCon is now an Xbox show. So it was it was fine.
There was a ton of. I mean, if you watched a decent amount of it, there was a ridiculous amount of Game Pass and Xbox ads. They were freaking everywhere, which was kind of nice to see. It was just like kind of felt like little jabby, a prison scene, like his PlayStation walks by and jabby, jab, step. That's kind of what it felt like every time I was watching those ads. I was like, and I am a Blizzard fan. I one of those guys. I put a shit ton of time into Overwatch. It was one of my favorite shooters back in the day. Overwatch 2, not so great. But that's a whole nother story. But yeah, I think I'm curious to see in the future if there's going to be a lot of Xbox fans that become Blizzard fans, depending on what comes out from Blizzard. But let me do this super chat real quick. Top Notch with the $5 super chat says, Dirt has taught me to be an Xbox from the ground up. My pops respects you, bro. Yeah.
Top Notch is crazy, man.
Making new bots every day, Dirt Griggity is. Yeah, spreading the love. Team Green, 100%.
Shout out to Top Notch. It's funny, man. It's funny.
Plume, I'll go to you. Were you able to watch the BlizzCon at all? And does anything that you saw have you excited?
I didn't watch it live, but I did catch up on a bunch of stuff that they announced. Currently, like in my recent gaming, I haven't played too much of their stuff. I was a big fan of StarCraft and StarCraft 2 back in the day, and I'm really hoping that Xbox helps bring that franchise back. They announced the WoW expansions, which is pretty cool. I played that back there, but I haven't played that in years. So, but if they were able to bring that to an Xbox console, that's what I've been hoping for. And I read something today that they're talking about it. They're always talking about it, and now obviously they're part of Xbox. So I think there's a much bigger opportunity for that to happen. And then Phil Spencer's, I watched his speech and him talking about the games and stuff, and it was pretty cool. I was kind of expecting something a little bit more for Xbox specifically, and that's because I heard or I saw on Twitter a clip
Odyssey.
from Odyssey, and no, it was a clip from what was it? The Jez saying that Xbox fans should watch this.
Oh,
PlayStation
yeah.
fans shouldn't watch this, and then nothing really came
He
out.
kind of ate
disappointed.
that one a little bit.
Yeah.
I saw his
Yeah.
response later. He's like, "I told you should have watched it." Phil came on stage. Everyone's
Yeah.
like, "F you,
Nah,
Jez."
I ain't what you said.
That's not what we came here for. We wanted to see.
Yeah.
I thought Odyssey might come in there, but they did give
Yeah.
us like the schedule. So in the back of my mind, I'm going, it's not going to be there, is it? Like, 'cause it's
Yeah.
like more wishful thinking. I'm like, I want to see what's the new IP, what's the new hotness that's coming out, because it's also supposed to have like an aesthetic, like the game Overwatch as well, which I love the art design in that game. So whatever Odyssey is, it's supposed to somewhat resemble the art design in that game as well. But
Here's RHETRI. What do you think if something like that though? They probably are saving it now that it's
I
there.
think they're
now
saving
that
it.
it's theirs.
they're definitely
But-
saving it.
It could be the awards show. It could be the beginning of the year when they do their showcase in January.
I'd imagine
mean,
I'd imagine Odyssey is going to be at the awards just because the number of eyes that are going to be there. There's
Mhm.
nothing larger than the VGAs for outside of this. Actually, it surpassed the Super Bowl last year, believe it or not. So I would expect it to be there. Jez has said that it's way further along than I think it might come out next year. I think there's a possibility that that game could maybe reach holiday of next year. According to like kind of behind the scenes insider stuff that's being said. Spartan 661, the $2 super chat says, "Can we TTS on this show? We all need to get lit." Well, I'm drinking, so I always get TTS. But yeah,
and I always tell my guests they are free to say whatever they want. But
yeah.
but with Dirt and Shaun, when they do TTS, is absolutely an amazing show. I recommend everybody watch that. If you're a fan of gaming at all,
Thank you, brother.
they are absolutely
Or
amazing.
laughing.
Oh my god! And,
you want a
and
good
a lot
chuckle.
of some people don't get it. It's humor, man, and not only that, but it's and Dirk gets picked on. Poor guy. When he does the Dark Man podcast, I don't know how you do it sometimes, man. I'm surprised you don't stay off camera or hide under a rock. But
I know
you
it's
know
out of
what?
love. I know it's out of love.
It is because so much people we do love you, man, and that's why we're so feel blessed to have you on the show. And I do in the future. I have talked to Shaun. I did an interview with him a couple of weeks ago, and he is going to try and get on one of these, but he is a different time zone, so this will be really late for him, like 2:00 in the morning. So, but he said that might possibly be around the holidays when he has some time to, when he's off. And if we do work it out, I'm gonna try my best to get both Dirt and Shaun on together, and it talk about that shit.
Yeah.
That'll be some fire. So
There'll be a lot of TTS there.
Yeah,
I'm all about it. And I remember when we first started talking about doing this podcast, I'm like, I hope you're okay with people swearing, Dave, because I can't help myself. Yeah. But
I don't know what the fuck you're talking about, RHETRI.
Exactly. Yeah. He's like, no, we're good. Just wait 10 seconds so Google and YouTube doesn't shut us down. I'm like, I can wait 10 seconds.
That's funny.
But on the proposition of World of Warcraft coming to console, the executive producer did say that they talk about it all the time, to what Plume was, I think, talking about earlier. So it is kind of exciting that I did not expect an announcement at this BlizzCon of them saying anything about it coming to console, because that is completely dictated by the deal going through at all, right? So
yeah,
I'm sorry, I have to laugh
you're good.
because I was hoping that Dirt would see that and Dirt would be the one to smash that pony in the face. Oh Lord,
damn it! I missed it. No,
guys, we snipe instantly. If you come in, you have an opinion, you have something to say. If your first line is Xbox's dog shit, snipe us.
Yo, listen,
exactly.
Jason Jones. I love you. I love your hate.
And then what you say, Dirt?
I love it. Listen,
say the podcast
some people got money and some people don't. I'm sure you're one of those. I'm sure you got some wood paneling in the back. You pretend like you got all this money, but you fucking living in 1980.
I think somebody may have left the lock off the trailer park for this guy. But
yeah.
But I have an Xbox. I have a PlayStation. I have a Nintendo. I have a PC. I have handhelds. dude, I love them all. I'm about gaming, and that's what most of us here are about, is about gaming. And there are some good games that Sony makes, but right now, this time in the history of gaming, Sony is up against the ropes, and they are not the Sony of old. Not anymore.
100%.
So, and it's clear that there's going to be some wild rides, and a lot of the quote unquote ponies, the people that are diehard Sony, which, I mean, it's a great system, but dude, be a gamer, not a plastic box worshiper.
Yeah, be a gamer first. Yeah. Galvinson says, I hope they don't bring WoW to console. It could possibly lose another decade of no new games for me. Wow. It says WoW is the devil. Okay, I see what you're saying. All right, so it's addicting to you, Galvinson.
Dude, I've heard some really good ideas on that, RHETRI. People are talking about, like basically you don't really, they have the free trial and stuff like that, and you can play up to a certain level and all that kind of stuff now. And
right.
If you were to make that base game like free to play, or even just include it in Game Pass, and then and still make it available on PC and also other places. Yeah, but you could still like bonus stuff, or at least like say Game Pass perks. You could put in like some gifts, some mounts, some that kind of stuff that are exclusive to the if you get it through the Game Pass system.
Mm-hmm.
Those kind of things would greatly improve. I saw somebody do which I have to. When I first saw it, I got excited, but then I realized it was their good work of Photoshop, where they had an Xbox controller and a keyboard in between. Like, I don't know if you've ever seen it, but the PlayStation 2, and I used to have one. They had a PlayStation controller, and I think they did this with the was it GameCube as well, had it. And they had
it was a big keyboard.
Yeah, big keyboard with the controller on each end. And it was like, that was great because it made it easier. Plus, you were doing Final Fantasy Online for the GameCube. I burnt that thing up, and that's what I would do is play it with that. So yeah, and when I saw that though, I thought, I got excited. I thought, man, because they already make it basically. Now you can play keyboard and mouse on the Xbox the same as you can on with no difference.
Yeah, and you know what's funny? That happened. On Starfield, I don't know how in the hell I somehow changed my settings to keyboard and mouse. I was like, what the hell? My controller isn't working. I don't know how it happened. Then I go to the settings. I said, how the hell did it get on this option or something? It was something like that. And I was like, no wonder I wasn't moving.
That's funny.
So
you can also map now keyboard buttons to your.
It just came out
on Xbox.
Well, for the new controllers, right? The series, I think it's the Series 2, the Pro ones, and the adaptive controller. You can now keybind anything to the buttons. So you have to have a certain controller for it. But if they can do it with like Age 4, I think they'll be able to pull it off. Like a lot of people were saying, like, well, you can just hook up keyboard and mouse. But there's not enough people who are gonna do it. It's not worth the time to put it on console. If you expect everyone to just use a keyboard and mouse on console, in my opinion, you're gonna lose out on millions of people who are just not gonna do that. So I think you have to make it work for the controller. And if they can do it with Age and other games like that, I think it's possible. Someone came out with a really good idea I saw online who says, well, what about the connected keyboard, the thing that you use for typing? What if Xbox made one of those that was made specifically like for key binding, an already set keyboard that goes underneath the controller? I was like, damn, dude, they could do that. Like, why not? You know what I mean? You got all the keys there. I don't know how well that would play because I don't play World of Warcraft, so I don't know how much of a pain in the butt it would be to go down below and hit the keyboard. But I don't know. I thought that was a pretty good idea. What's up, John?
They already have Final Fantasy 14 on console, and that's coming to Xbox too. It's all controller based.
That's a great point. That's a great point. Bring up Final Fantasy 100%.
Yep. 100%.
Yeah, absolutely. All right, let's move on. So BlizzCon was BlizzCon. It was pretty cool. I thought the World of Warcraft stuff actually kind of got me excited that it might come out onto console, because I don't know if you guys saw the executive creative director of World of Warcraft, this guy Chris Metzen, but he's good on stage, man. That guy's got a presence. That dude is funny and a very good hype man. So I think he's going to make it far under the Xbox umbrella. I'm curious to see what he does next. But let's move on to my favorite subject, PlayStation. PlayStation. What the hell is going on over there? The subject kind of is like, is PlayStation in trouble? Is this just like hyperbolic bullshit, like as the internet likes to do? Because nothing can usually be black or white, or everything's usually black or white. Nothing's ever in the gray. I don't know if we're going crazy on what's going on with the PlayStation. We got Bungie layoffs. We got all kinds of layoffs. Naughty Dog, Insomniac fucking layoffs, for God's sakes. Insomniac getting layoffs. Like, what? I'm just curious. We're hearing them possibly pivot or maybe take less resources, put less resources into gas games. We're hearing, all these layoffs that are happening, the layoffs that they were trying to keep a secret, not too surprising coming from Sony doing that sort of thing. But I got to ask you, like, Dirt, like on the real, do you think Sony is in trouble here? Like, do you think something's going on where they're actually might be hurting?
Absolutely, man. You got to just pay attention to what's happening. It'll be different if, you hear one studio cancel the game, or, one studio was having issues. But when you hear about multiple studios, executives leaving, all at the same time, you should really pay attention. Like I was saying, these PlayStation fanboys, you guys up here worrying about Starfield, you're worrying about Xbox and what they're doing. You need to worry about your own house right now, because it's not looking great. Like I said, Jim Ryan left. Connie Booth, a longtime producer of some of the most popular PlayStation first-party games, was fired. Yeah,
I don't get that one.
Like you mentioned, Naughty Dog, Factions is canceled. We hear, they're pivoting off of games as a service. But wait a minute, didn't Jim Ryan acquire Bungie, Haven, Firewalk for games as a service? So if they're pivoting away, what are they going to start doing? Single player games? Bungie just fired people. So what's going on? We can't just keep on saying, now it's so crazy how I saw people say, no, that's all Bungie. Sony had nothing to do with it. Listen, man, they've been under PlayStation for a year and a half, damn near 2 years now. Right?
Yeah. Plus there was a rumor that Sony specifically asked them to do, like, to kind of, cut some of the fat off for them, because they were doing their own layoffs industry wide. Yeah, which I can completely see. It's kind of like, they kind of are their own thing, but they're still under Sony. So Sony asking Bungie, we need you, if you guys could, please, sir, please get rid of some of some of your people. I absolutely believe that 100%. Were you going to say something, Plume?
Yeah, I was going to say, I read too that when they finalized the deal, there was a ton of money that specifically they said they put aside for keeping employees,
retention.
What the hell? What happened with that? What happened with that?
So these are serious questions, because I always say, when people were questioning 343 Studios, right? People say, "Yo, man, why is there so much change? Why are there so many movements happening at 343? This person got fired, or this person, So at the end of the day, looking at it now, yes, something was happening. They were changing management. They were restructuring things at 343. Now they look to be all right. So you can't just Factions is a cancel. Oh, okay, it's on ice. What does it's on ice mean?
Yeah, I mean, officially, but Sony, Sony's not. Sony wasn't even going to tell you that they fired 100 people. They weren't even going to tell you that. So the fact, I mean, like, you might be right. Factions might still be limping along, but I doubt it. You know what I mean? I think it's canceled. But yeah, have they officially said that? No. But come on,
they haven't officially said it. But come on, I mean, okay, whatever makes you sleep at night. But I just think that like, even when you think about Xbox guys, last generation, there were times where you had to be concerned, like, yo, where are the first party games? What's going on at Xbox? And it wasn't until 2018 E3 where they announced those studios. I say, okay, Xbox is starting to go where we need them to go. They're acquiring studios, and you know, when you go from 5 studios in 2017 to now over 30 plus, okay, you see they understood that they needed to change some things, and that's what they have done. So when you think about PlayStation, where they all of a sudden want to get into games as a service, Jim Ryan just flat out said, "Yo, we're going full games as a service, 12 games developed." That's come on, bro. You just flat out just like, first off, you're a little late, right? Yeah. Then you're just going to go the full force. Yeah, let's do games as. Then you're going to have your great single player studios, that make great
do something they never done before.
How you gonna ask Naughty Dog of all studios, yo, do a games as a service? How you gonna make them do a games as a service? They're one of the best studios as far as single player story driven games. I love Naughty Dog. You want to tell them do a games as a service? Then you gonna say, yeah, Bungie, check on them, tell them the shit ain't right. Just tell them, bro. How was that for morale? That's terrible. I would be like, wait a minute, how you gonna tell me? We're Naughty Dog. We make some of the best games of all time. But you're going to tell me that this game isn't right? Get the hell out of here. So there's definitely something going on, guys.
It kind of reminds me of like when it was announced who was making Fable, right? Everyone's like, what? The racing guys, they're making Fable. That's stupid. And then Sony was like, oh yeah? Hold my beer. We're gonna make 10 of our studios that are known for doing like great single player games, and we're gonna make them all do something they've never done in their lives before. Like you thought Playground Fable was fucking crazy. Look at what Sony's doing, dude. All right, crazy, you want to, apples to apples, apples to oranges. What the hell?
Plume, read that.
Oh, sure. HNS 1998 says Xbox making huge steps moving forward. PlayStation's making baby steps. Yeah, I was gonna make a baby steps reference. It's I don't know, man. Like I don't want to be, I am a gamer. I do like PlayStation games. I'm not here. I sure as shit do not want PlayStation to go under. Make no mistake, that's not what this podcast is about. We want competition. PlayStation kicking the teeth of Xbox made Xbox what it is today because they had to compete. They had to do Game Pass. They had to do all these good deals. They had to buy all these studios because they were getting their ass kicked. And now we're reaping the benefits because of them being in third place, which they probably won't be in third place in probably the next 5 years.
Hey, before you go to Plume, can I say one thing real quick?
Go ahead, Dirk. Absolutely.
I wholeheartedly agree with what you said. And I mentioned how PlayStation waited too late to invest into games as a service. Xbox made a big mistake in the 360 generation. They did not invest in first party. They relied on third party for their exclusives. Even Gears of War wasn't owned by them in the Xbox 360 generation. Right. So what happened in the Xbox One generation, they came into some trouble. They didn't have any first party games. And when they weren't the market leader anymore, like they were in the 360 generation, the PS4 became the market leader. Some of those same third party deals that they did. And I mean, they had a couple with Titanfall and Rise of Tomb Raider, but after that, they were getting their ass whooped. So they said, no, we're going with the PlayStation. And guess what? They didn't have any damn games. So they had to invest, and they got burned by not owning studios. And there was no Rise 2, no Sunset Overdrive 2, all of that because they didn't own those studios. So Phil Spencer said, we need to own these studios. And there you go. So PlayStation made a mistake not investing in games as a service last year.
Yeah, exactly. It's weird seeing the different like business models, and I'm trying to see like the bigger picture. And right now, Xbox is looking real damn good. I like what OCD Gamer says here. He says, I just want them to experience last place. I 100% agree. Like Sony needs to get slapped in the mouth. They need to know what it's like to not be top dog. And Big Bad Mo saying another thing I agree with. He says, nah, PlayStation doesn't need to go under, but they need damn sure that they can suffer and be on the brink. And I think that I kind of agree. I kind of agree with Big Bad Mo here. Like they need to, get knocked down a little bit, knock down a few pegs, and learn how it is to suffer and to work for your consumers, because they ain't doing that, man. They're not doing it. Plume, what are your thoughts about this whole thing? Do you think PlayStation could be in trouble? We know they're selling their consoles like gangbusters, but at the end of the day, who gives a shit about consoles? It's software is where they're making their money. So I don't know. What are your thoughts, brother?
Yeah, so I've kind of gone back and forth on this. I'd say 2 weeks ago, I wasn't as doom and gloom as I am today. I thought PlayStation, yeah, they're having their troubles. They're going to pivot and everything is going to be okay. And then we started seeing the Bungie stuff, the Connie Booth stuff, and more just people leaving. So now I'm definitely more on the side that they are in trouble. And I think it comes down to a couple of reasons. I definitely 100% agree with Dirt with they were too slow to pivot whatsoever. They went into this generation. They probably were just sitting there and they're like, you know what? Like we have such a huge lead on Xbox. We don't really believe that they're going to be able to do much. So let's just like continue our strategy and we'll be completely fine. They didn't expect Bethesda, Activision, Blizzard, the Game Pass third-party deals that they've been putting out there, and just everything that they've done to completely turn this around. So now, obviously, when they heard about the ABK thing, they were scrambling. I think it was Jim Ryan's last straw. He had to get it blocked, or he was gone. I don't think he retired anymore. I definitely think he was pushed out. So all of these things, I think, are pointing towards they're in trouble. But I think the biggest thing of all, I was looking at some stuff the other day, is we saw this in Phil Spencer's leaked email. We've heard of this talk for a while now, and it's just the operating costs to make games in today's world.
Yes, thank you, Plume. I was going there next.
And
go for it.
PlayStation just has not evolved past the console, and that's what's killing them right now. I know PlayStation fanboys are going to lose their minds, but they got to release their games day and date
on PC. 100%, Plume.
And
100%.
So it's pretty evident. So I saw this guy has like a blog. He does pretty good analysis of like their financial reports. And he said that there's a misconception about PlayStation making record profits. He says sales are at record levels, but the last annualized operating profit is the lowest since fiscal year 2019. Expenses are mounting and margins are slim. There's a reason for PS Plus and PS5 digital price increases. So they're putting out games. They could sell 15, 20 million Spider-Mans, but their margins are so slim and they need to make those margins bigger, especially like investors are seeing this and they're probably shaking in their boots a little bit too, right? So I think they're pivoting for sure. And I think the whole games as a service thing, like you guys said, it was the right choice, but they were way too late on it.
Yeah.
I see PlayStation.
I don't even disagree with it. I'm actually a pro gas person, but I'm not pro putting all your eggs in the same basket.
Yeah.
I think they overcorrected. I just think they just went too far. Yeah. It's like, you know what I mean? I understand that like games as a service, like if you're kind of crunching the numbers, you know, it's hard to get a hit. There's so many, way more that have failed than have succeeded. So I think they were literally just taking every dart, throwing it all at the same time and going, hope one sticks. Because all we need is one Fortnite. And they're not wrong, but what if none of them work?
Yeah.
What if Marathon flops? Because I tell you, dude, I'm telling you right now, I love Bungie, and I respect Bungie, and I got faith in Bungie, but something about Marathon, I have a bad feeling about it, dude. Like, I don't know. There's something in the back of my head that goes, I don't think this is it. I mean, it was supposed to be like a battle. It was supposed to be a battle royale, and they did what Sony does. They tried to follow the trend, and they switched. They flipped it. They're like, nah, it's not. It's no longer battle royale. We're gonna try to make it this extraction shooter or whatever because something else was popular at the time. You can't do that, man. You can't do that. And to Plume's point, I love that he brought up the budgets.
Yeah.
So we know that Sony's doing these like games that are $200 to $300 million. And we've seen CEOs say it's not sustainable. They can't keep doing that, and I agree with that. I think that's unsustainable. So then you have Xbox over here who is doing all these weird stuff. You got games like Clockwork Revolution and South of Midnight. Those don't cost $200 to $300 million. I promise you, they're not even going to come close to that. Right. So you're going to get these games that are coming in Game Pass, and then you get more Game Pass subscribers, and you start looking on the other side of the fence. And these guys, Xbox has got 6 games that come out that year, and you're lucky if you get 2 from PlayStation.
Yep.
Dude, people are going to start noticing. You know what I mean?
Reggie, I don't think Plume was done yet. Go
So no, I was just gonna say, I think like we're now gonna see a PlayStation pivot in another direction here to try to kind of like get more money, more profit from other places. And we heard about like their Sony Pictures app that's now part of PlayStation. They're branding it for that. I think they're gonna, honestly, as crazy as this sounds, I think they're actually gonna go and do what Don Matrick was trying to do in 2013 and make like PlayStation this just one entertainment box and try to have a broader appeal to get more people into the ecosystem so they can have more people paying into it. Because their first party games, they don't sell, like their attach rates are like generally under 20% or something. Like it's not insane. It's not enough for them to be able to sustain it. So they have to do
I
something.
think the casuals, as you know, like so far this generation, the casuals have chosen the PS5 as their box. But the problem is, like you guys were saying, they make very good single player games. But when you have like The Last of Us 2 with 2,000 people worked on the game, the budget, that budget had to be over 200 million for The Last of Us 2. Quality game.
Oh, that.
But it's 10 million. You would think, damn, maybe we need a little bit more. But like we always say, if you don't buy a PS5, Sony doesn't sell games. Yeah, they put some of their games on PC 2 years later, but if PS5s are not sold, they don't sell games.
Right.
And with Xbox,
doesn't matter.
Every studio Xbox bought, the publishers, the studios, what do they all have in common? They know how to develop games for PC.
Yep.
Right. PlayStation had to buy one studio, Nixxes, to port their games to PC. Nixxes is probably over there tired because they're trying to port their games.
One of the best things they did, though. That's like one of the only bonehead moves. That was one of the best moves
100%
that Sony could have done. But to Plume's point, they need day and date. Without day and date, they are in deep shit, I think.
100%.
And you think that with all the executives, they would see these numbers and they would do it by now, right? I don't know. I'm so confused as to what they're waiting for. Are they actually that afraid of pissing off like their core?
Yeah, I think they actually believe the core might leave, which is complete bullshit. The core ain't going anywhere. No one's going anywhere. No one's going to get rid of their. No one's going to say like. And when I say no one, there's going to be a few, but the majority of people, 98% of people, are not going to go. I'm going to get a $2,000 PC instead of the $500 console. No, those are not the same people usually. You know what I mean? Like us who have the PC and the consoles, like we're kind of the anomalies. We're not the normies. Like the normies want that cheaper console. They want ease of use, right? That's why console gamers love console so much. You just boot it up. You don't have all those problems that you have on PC. Yeah. So I don't see a mass exodus happening.
I want to ask a Plume question on this. Have you heard, because I know you dig a lot of new stuff, but I've heard some rumors that possibly the next game that Sony is going to be announcing is going to be an expansion to God of War.
Yeah, I've read about
that. Yeah, I did. Yeah, I did hear that. Yeah, which that's kind of
on brand.
It's another thing. It's another
thing sounds
like
a Sony move.
Talk about is like what is the roadmap of PlayStation?
Right,
Wolverine.
Yeah, someone needs to show me it. I have no idea. Wolverine. That's the only thing I can think about.
Wolverine ? When it comes out, nobody knows.
Yeah,
and there's this new graphic. Klober on Twitter made it about Xbox's
roadmap. That roadmap looks incredible.
It's insane. It's insane.
And he couldn't even fit everything on. Not everything was even on there, Plume, either. They couldn't fit it all.
They're scrambling for sure right now.
Hey, you know what? I'm glad you brought that question up, Dave, because if you look at, like a game like Assassin's Creed Mirage, right? I haven't played it yet, but it seems to be decent. But they scale back. It's much smaller in scale than Odyssey and Valhalla, because those long, drawn out games are just too expensive now, man. And if PlayStation is going to move into doing like DLC or Miles Morales type of games, that tells you everything you need to know. That these games are way too expensive, and PlayStation, they're not selling enough of their first party games. They're doing well with this, as this list is showing, their third party, the third party, but they're not doing well enough with their first party.
and to look at this list, and this is current. This is from September. This is PlayStation's sales chart for games that are coming out, and there is no first party game on on this list. And there's
Xbox one's in there though.
Xbox is making a lot of money off PlayStation right now.
exactly.
There's three Xbox first party games in that.
Yeah, there's three of them there. It's gonna take forever for them to get their money back. Is it though?
And one thing, when Dreamcast guy said the thing about, don't buy Call of Duty, is like, are you saying that you don't want Sony to make money? Because that is their number one game every year.
They said they'd be dead in the water without it, right?
Call of Duty.
That's what Jim said himself.
Jim said we can't recover.
Can't recover.
Activision Blizzard.
We're not gonna make it. Yeah.
And that other J Tech guy, the guy he talks funny. Oh my god.
Yeah.
Dirt does him.
yeah. There's a J Tech and
Or send you dick pics.
And he's like, this is all Sony's people fault. Don't buy it. Sony needs to make sure that they have a game coming out, and they need to support whatever game, whatever multiplayer it is. He wants them to support that because they're doing nothing but giving money to Microsoft when they buy Call of Duty. Well, no shit.
And,
go ahead.
MW3 was the top seller on PlayStation this week. It was already up there.
This week
after all that
after
crap.
the launch or whatever.
But Plume. But what about Spider-Man?
It's one and done. People are
done.
People are already selling that second hand, so they don't count those.
Exactly. Yeah, and there's nothing there to keep you going. They didn't even include Game Plus at launch, so there was no incentive to get you to play it until next year. But everybody's going to be moved on by then. I have a feeling. Just saying. Sorry, Richard. Go ahead.
No, you're good, man. I was just thinking, like, with these Bungie layoffs and stuff, like 100 staffers. Like, I don't want to see like anyone lose their jobs. Like, we're not here to gloat, and we're not here to shit on anyone losing their jobs. But that just sucks, and it's weird to see. You see Bungie going. Faction's not good enough. Let's put it on ice. And then we're hearing, people had said maybe Bungie was projecting. And then I'm a Bungie fan. So then when people were saying that, I'm like, you guys are full of shit. Like now I'm like, that might have been onto something. Maybe because now I'm hearing Marathon is having some issues. We know that got delayed. Why is Marathon getting delayed, guys? Like and you have like the guys in charge saying like, now we have the right people. Again, people shooting their mouth off on Twitter. You don't say stuff like that when you just fired 100 of these people's friends. That now that we've cleaned house, now we got the right people working on this IP. Like, what a dick.
That's terrible. That's a terrible thing to say.
It's a stupid fucking thing to say. I don't care what position you're in. I just think some of these guys just don't think before they speak. It's like there's the console war stuff, and there's people lives and there's people jobs, and this is just like, it's just disgusting what's going on over there. I mean, look, similar stuff happened with Bungie. Bungie cleaned house. I mean, sorry, 343 cleaned house too a little bit, and now they are in a better place.
Yes,
so who knows? Maybe Bungie will be in a better place when it comes to Destiny. I don't see it happening. I don't think there's going to be a comeback for Destiny. They've lost a ridiculous amount of players. Their player count is way down, which is what I think is directly related to these 100 staffers getting laid off, which they, by the way,
went off secret. Like 45%. Like what happened with the 45%?
Oh, their projections.
Projections. Yeah, that's
so their
that's big.
That's what, and that doesn't. The projection thing, I'm sure that number was bloated a little bit. Like I know Apple does these crazy projections too, and they almost never hit them because they, But yeah, I'm not saying that ain't bad though.
45% is a lot.
45% is insanely bad if you're missing. I just think they were probably doing too high for projection. But let's just say the projection was 35%. It's still bad. Like if you're that far off, I think there was just in a year where there's a ridiculous amount of games. Like, dude, I would not want to be a AAA game coming out this year at all. Like you're getting something's got to give, right? Someone's going to get their teeth kicked in. And I think Destiny players were already kind of getting a little tired of not getting what they want. And it's kind of like the last straw and maybe too little too late. So people just started leaving. Maybe the Final Shape DLC will bring people back, but I don't know, man. Like we'll see what happens with that. And we'll see what happens with Marathon, which clearly isn't coming out for several years. But
yeah, they said, and what, like 2025?
Yeah, that's what they're saying right now at the end of 2025. But I'm not so sure. I just like Plume was saying, like, what the hell is the damn roadmap? Like we don't know.
Have one
and
right
this is coming from a company that would tell you shit too early. Like that was their thing back in the day. Be like you would get an announcement for a game that you wouldn't see for 5-6 years from Sony. That was their thing they did for years. And now it's just like, your guess is as good as mine.
I remember Sony E3 2016, man. That was, in my opinion, the best E3 last generation. They showed Spider-Man, they showed The Last of Us, they showed God of War, they didn't show Last of Us that day, I'm sorry, but they showed God of War, they showed Days Gone, they showed, like I said, they showed their roadmap. I think because of their lack of roadmap right now, I think it's telling you that their roadmap, they just don't have much ready. They just don't have nothing ready. And even a studio like Sucker Punch, we're just assuming it's Ghost 2. Where is it? Because that game came out in 2020.
Yeah.
Will they show it next year? Possibly. But damn, where's the game?
Yeah. But I mean, if you're talking, right, like if you're talking like the normal kind of new dev time is like 5 to 6 years, that's not coming out to 2025 at the earliest, most likely.
Unless they do a smaller
game. Unless they do a small, right, which is like not kind of like what they do outside of like, us talking about them doing like the God of War DLC like that. I 100% believe that because it's just like, let's just try to squeeze more out of the IP. I mean, they are literally becoming, remember, like, Halo, Gears, Forza?
Yep.
That's PlayStation now, guys.
Halo, Gears, yeah, I agree.
That is them. We've literally swapped, and now they're squeezing every little possible thing they can get
remakes,
out of the already popular IPs. Well, Xbox is over here buying everything under the sun, which is a fine strategy, by the way, for all you guys who don't like that. I don't care.
Right.
It works. They're buying the talent, they're buying the IP, and it just serves us guys that are, in the Game Pass ecosystem because we reap the benefits. Every time I see a new acquisition, I go, "There's $70. I don't have to, purchase. There's another $70." That's when I saw the ad for COD. I was like, next year, baby, I won't have to pay. I won't have to pay for you.
Right.
It's the last year. Suck it.
Right.
So, oh man, it's crazy out there. But yeah, so poor Bungie with these delays and PlayStation just getting kicked in the teeth left and right. It just goes to show you that the leader is not above reprieve. The leader can have troubles too. And obviously, I think what we saw with PlayStation in the beginning of this console generation was all their stuff was ready to go, and COVID hit, and now they're getting hit. But like what happened to Xbox in 2021, I feel is kind of happening to PlayStation right now.
100%. I'm glad you said that because I think you're absolutely right. They had more games
happened
ready
to everybody.
To go. Yeah.
It happened to literally everybody. The amount of games that were supposed to come out last year. Because I collected a bunch of trailers, and every damn one of them said, when I made actually video for you, WebDave, every fucking one of them said 2022, and all those games came out this year.
Yep.
So go ahead, dude.
No, that's exactly what happened. PlayStation had some games ready to go, even though those games were delayed slightly, like God of War Ragnarok.
And they were.
Horizon Forbidden West were delayed slightly. They were still able to come out within the first couple years of the generation because one, they were PS4 games, right?
Yeah.
Then you had like Returnal, then you had Ratchet and Clank. So yeah, they were looking better at the beginning of the generation. So Xbox, they literally had no games besides Halo, Gears, and Forza. I always tell people they had to develop these games from scratch. That's why Fable was taking forever. It was why Perfect Dark is taking forever, right?
Yeah.
Halo took a long time. They're taking their time now because they have so many studios. developing games. They're not going to drop 10 first-party games a year. No, they can just take their time.
Hell no.
With their games.
And they shouldn't. You know,
right, they
I don't want them to do that.
So that's exactly what happened. Now, like Xbox, that 2022, you know, we had no AAA first-party games, and you know, it was a rough year, but that was a necessary sacrifice because look at them now and look at the future roadmap. They had to have a year like 2022 to, you know, to have this great future. Now, PlayStation is feeling it because not only did they not have the games ready, some of these games are still far out. Like some of those studios they just bought, like Haven and Firewalk and Fire Sprite is having issues. Some of their third-party partners, Deviation Games, that game looks to be canceled. KOTOR looks to be canceled. I mean, this is some stuff we got to talk about, man.
Yeah. Yeah. It's craziness over there. What were you going to say, Plume?
Yeah, go ahead, Plume.
I just said Knights of the Old Republic. That's another one that third party, and they're gonna be, because they also said they're now gonna work more and try to get third party deals and third party partners. So obviously,
because they have to.
They have to.
That explains everything you need to know with their first party.
Yes,
their games
they're
are not
going
ready,
back to their They're going back to like Plume was saying. They're going back to their old playbook. Their playbook has always been third party save us, and now we're losing ABK as a huge money maker for us. They'll still make money, but just not as much. And now they're like crap. We're scrambling, and there's going to be a lot of, you know, Sony money-hatted third party deals happening in the future. You'll hear about them. Make no mistake. That's going to come. We'll all be sitting here going, here we go again. You know. But I wonder if those days it's going to be a little bit harder for Sony to do that sort of thing, where we see like Square Enix and your Capcoms that were basically might as well have been like Sony brands, and they're making deals, and Sega especially making a lot of deals with Xbox. So I don't know if the money's there, you know, take it. Square should know better at this point. They need to go multi-plat.
I think Square and I think Sega, they see the future. They see where gaming is going, and they see that Xbox is somebody they want to be on the right side of. Are they first party now? No. Will they be in the future? They could be. If anything, they're going to close that gap down to where there's going to be a really thin line, I believe, between 1, 2, and 3.
Yeah,
at some point.
Microsoft had. Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
The Xbox of the past isn't the same as it is now, too, right? Like all these third parties are looking at it and they're like, "Holy shit, Microsoft, Nadella, like Satya Nadella, the whole company backs them now."
I was just about to say that.
Right.
I was just about to say
that. That's a great
about competition.
That's a great point.
Let us have competition.
Hey, Plume,
you're talking about go ahead, Ter.
Oh, you say it's fine. I'm sorry, Plume. I was just about to say that because we saw how EA CEO mentioned the other day. He loves the ABK deal because company, one of the richest companies in the world, like Microsoft, is investing in the gaming community. So Plume, you're 100% right, because Phil Spencer even admitted in the past Xbox was kind of like that band, that like garage band. Just stay over there. Don't bother us too much. So now Phil Spencer is the top executive at Microsoft, and they're spending, literally, they're spending over $100 billion investing into the Xbox brand. That's scary for PlayStation. They invested 100, and they said they're not done. So Plume, you're absolutely right about that. This ain't the old Xbox that was that had 5 studios, and Microsoft was rarely investing into the brand. You're absolutely right about that.
Yeah, and shout out to Phil, because this close from shutting down Xbox. Without 100%. Phil, I believe it's done. It's completely done. Because Satya's like, convince me, bro. Convince me why I need to keep you alive.
This
and
is
he
about
did. And now
great exclusive games for you.
Crazy.
That ship on
crazy amount of money
where Game Pass exists.
Sorry.
Hey,
and you all know I love Game Pass, so I think it's the future.
Richard, you're so right, because I remember reading that article where Satya Nadella asked the question, do we really need Xbox?
Yep.
Do we really need Xbox? And Phil had to convince him. Yes, this is what we need to do. And it took time. It took time. That's why the Xbox One generation was so difficult, because it took time. They weren't being. They had their budgets were being cut. They didn't have many first party studios, and that's why me as a pro Xbox YouTuber, when I was out there trying to do content, positive
back
Xbox
in those
content,
days, yeah.
I started my channel
for anything.
Oh my god, I started my channel in 2017, bro.
Yeah.
The best thing we had going for was the Scorpios, was Project Scorpio. So that was a positive, but that was it, right?
Yeah.
They canceled Scalebound, and it was just a mess. But I knew that the Xbox would be okay, and I'm glad I saw that. And listen, but I didn't see this. I didn't see the President
dude, I mean, who could?
Yeah.
It's not many people I know who mention when we talk in acquisitions. There's like one person I know who was like ABK. Everyone's like, "You're fucking crazy. Get out of here."
No way.
Like,
if somebody would have told me, I
thinking
said, "Shut up."
Yeah, shut your damn mouth. Crazy. What are you smoking? Give me some of that.
And
it's
that's why one more point on this. When we think about, I just saw is PlayStation Trouble still on the screen. The part of gaming that's growing the most exponentially is mobile, and Xbox has like a way bigger foothold in mobile too. So PlayStation, they are seeing that they just have to grow in some way, and Xbox has a head up on them in every other department right now. So
except for console sales, and that's it.
Well, and the
I
thing
guess you
is,
can have those. Yeah.
The one thing to remember after this deal is now done, that Microsoft ABK deal is paid for, right? Done. And when they bought ABK had $12 billion cash on hand in the bank, which is now Microsoft's.
Damn, I think about that.
So it's true. And then Satya said that they still have in their coffers $90 billion to spend on acquisitions.
By the way, Microsoft has that.
Yes. This is after
Think about
ABK.
that if you're Sony, though, for a second. No matter what you do, you can always, if people like money, and I'm pretty sure the board and shareholders do, Microsoft can always outspend you. You can't win. If Microsoft, the only way you get an acquisition is if Microsoft allows it.
Right.
Because I'm not an idiot. If I'm in charge of these companies, I'm not just going to shop out to Sony. That's dumb. Like I'm letting every bid. Let's have a bidding war. Let's see how high it gets. You know what I mean? Like
they want to sell now because of how expensive it's becoming to make games. Like we're selling now, we're at the top before we start losing money.
What's going on with Embracer?
Yeah. Well, and I guess when Phil and all the stuff was going around, Todd called his buddy Phil and said, just so you know, because he could do this at the time, PlayStation's talking about making Starfield a year exclusive. And then they're like, oh, okay. And then Bobby said, you know what? We're shopping around, and let's go to Microsoft and see what they think. Activision Blizzard went to Microsoft to pitch the deal about them purchasing them because they knew they were a chance of being in some financial trouble. And then that's when everything pivoted. That whole Christmas break 2 years ago, when people were like on break and out of the office, Phil and them were in the office scrambling, seeing when we could work and get this thing 100%. Going. And they did it, and holy crap! I mean, it's just so Microsoft knows what they're capable of, and if Phil even said himself, we want to have a better foothold in Japan. To do that, we need to get some kind of Japanese company.
Sega.
Well,
it's definitely Sega.
I don't know. Yeah, but you gotta admit how good Square looks right now.
No, I know. It could be any. Yeah, I mean, it could be.
Square. It could be Square for 200 million.
It could be both. It could be both. Just saying, they have the money.
I mean, Dirt's not wrong. You get them on the cheap. That's for damn sure.
Hey, Dave. I don't know if I told you the story before, but what you just said was absolutely true, because I remember Shaun was telling me that he was talking to Tim Dog in the DM, and Tim Dog was saying it was holiday of 2021. He was saying something is going on. Phil's been working during the holiday break. Then all of a sudden, in January of 2022, boom.
Boom. Yeah.
Boom.
Yeah.
So Tim was like, something's going on because Phil usually don't be working during the holiday break. He's usually gaming and blah. He's been working during the holiday break. Something's going on.
And I've played with Tim
idea.
Dog. I've talked to interviewed him. We've even had him on here. I've got a great interview with him.
Good guy. I love Tim Dog.
But I tell you, I mean, obviously Tim in his tweets does not play his hand. He knows so much more.
Yeah, he does.
Yeah, he does.
And he's smart because he doesn't allow it all out because he has a trust with Phil and him are actual friends.
Yeah.
They actually spent time together and do things together. I've gone to actual like big games and stuff like that together. So it's not like he's just, what a fanboy kind of. No, they're friends in real life, which is awesome. And so he knows a lot. And when he starts putting out some little bit of speculation or dirt, it's something you should definitely. He won't give you everything, but you should pay attention when he's like, just wait.
And Tim is an OG that never flipped, never turned his back on the Xbox, even during the difficult years. He stayed there. Xbox would be okay, because other guys, I'm out to become an Xbox bashing channel. So look at you now.
Yeah, exactly. I don't have enough subscribers. I'm gonna become a PlayStation channel now.
Exactly.
You flip floppity mother effers. Spartan 661 with the $5 super chat. Sorry if I just offended anybody. What stop back compat is third-party devs. The devs wanted to make updated versions that they can make money off of. Licensed games are different. Yeah, I hear you. I definitely think obviously back compat has to come back based off of ABK alone. That's definitely going to happen. But yeah, I'm right there with you, Spartan, 100%. It makes sense on that side. But let's move on. I just want to mention real quick, and we're kind of talk about a little bit of like Alan Wake 2.
Oh yeah,
it's more along the lines of not just Alan Wake 2, but another goddamn contender for possibly game of the year. People are like, a lot of people are like, this is my game of the year. This is my game of the year. That Rand is saying it. I don't know, maybe Jesse from Xbox Era. I don't know. A lot of people I've been hearing like that I respect are like, this is my game of the year. I'm like, holy shit, we got another one. So I know I saw like a thing from Forbes, and this is just going off of the highest Metacritic. So take this with a grain of salt. But unfortunately, technically, a lot of the ones that do get nominated are usually the highest rated in Metacritic. But so you got 89 for Alan Wake right now. And Forbes is putting out saying, so you got The Legend of Zelda Tears of the Kingdom at a 96. Still top dog right there, sitting there with Baldur's Gate 3, also on a 96. Super Mario Brothers Wonder got a 93. Game looks great. Resident Evil 4 got a 93. Street Fighter 6 got a 92. And Marvel's Spider-Man 2 is sitting, I guess, at a 92 at the time of this writing. So,
hey, RHETRI, I did have a poll up too. I'm going to get ready to close it now, but it will Starfield be in the running for Game of the Year? Yes or no? And right now, 77% say yes, because there's a lot of people out there, fanboys, that are like, "There's no way it should be exclusive. It's not blah blah blah." You haven't played the game then, or you're stupid, because it's absolutely amazing. And also, big shout out to our newest member,
Edward Lafferty.
Edward,
YouTube member. What's up, brother? Thank you so much for joining the Gamers Council, man. Hope you enjoy all the funny stuff we got for you. So I'm just curious, like, if you guys have played Alan Wake at all, what kind of is sitting in your Game of the Year nominations? To Dave's point in the poll, I am one of those people who, there's a difference between what I think should be in Game of the Year and what I think will actually hit. I don't even think Starfield will be nominated. I think it's going to get snubbed. But it's my Game of the Year. So I'm just curious, like, for you guys, Alan Wake moved the needle for you, and what kind of like since we're getting down to the nitty gritty, and I don't know if we'll have you guys back on the show in time to talk about Game of the Year again, but what is your Game of the Year for you guys? Like some of the contenders. It doesn't have to be number one, but what are you putting in that inner circle of Game of the Year for yourself? I'll start with you, Dirt.
For me personally, the list you read off, I haven't played some of those games, but some of the games I think are absolutely shoo-ins for nominations, like Baldur's Gate, Zelda. I think those are 2 games that's 100% shoo-ins.
Yeah,
Street Fighter would not. It's a fighting game. Nobody's going to nominate that game. You know.
I agree. Yep.
But for me personally, it's Starfield. Right? I know you think, yeah, you're a bot, Dirt. Of course, yeah, whatever.
I love that game.
But honestly, yeah. Well, honestly, Starfield is my game of the year. But you know, if you want to put Spider-Man 2 there, fine. I guess bugs doesn't matter.
Now bugs don't matter. Dirt. It's different when Bethesda does them.
Right, exactly. But do I think Starfield would be nominated? Obviously, I believe it should be. And I think it will make, because it's 6 nominations. I think it will. I don't think it will win Game of the Year. I think Baldur's Gate 3 is going to win it. I don't think it will win Game of the Year, but I do believe it will be nominated. I can obviously be wrong. And as far as Alan Wake, I'm not finished with Alan Wake, but like I was telling you, it started off very slow, but now it's getting really good. It's getting really good. So I can see the high 80s that it got. The graphics are beautiful. And
it's gorgeous. The lighting in that game, the story, the lighting is fucking phenomenal in that game.
I just passed the mission. I'm not going to spoil anything, but just put it like this. I was in a kind of a hospital area. Just the details to the environment. It looks incredible, man. And I would say there are some, most games don't scare me. And this one isn't scaring me. Don't get me wrong, but
not even those jump scares, Dirt.
No, well, kind of, because
dude, that's scaring the crap.
Yeah, it pops up a lot later in the game. I'm like, damn.
Yeah.
So you jump a little bit. No game would scare me as much as Silent Hill, the original Silent Hill on the PS1.
Amen.
No game would scare me as much as that. I was a
little
little young punk in my early 20s, and I never think I was at home by myself playing this.
I'm tough. Yeah,
that game scared me, but
I can handle this.
But it's a really good game, and I hope it sells well, because Remedy, for whatever reason, they always make great games, but their games don't sell well.
Yeah,
I hope it sells well.
Yeah,
I love the franchise.
Yep, I agree with you. I love that you said that. Like, a lot of like people who are fans of Remedy games. Like, I think they do a lot of great games, and I'm just like, come on, like sales. Like, I have no clue what their sales are. I don't think we've heard of them.
And it's digital only. Alan Wake 2 is digital only.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. So hopefully Alan Wake 2 sells good. Not a game that's like surrounded by other juggernauts too. So good luck to Alan Wake. It's a crazy year.
But it's a pretty damn good game. Like I'm not going to touch another game. Like, besides, my sports games. I'm not going to touch another game until I'm finished with Alan Wake 2.
Cool.
Very nice.
Read that super chat real quick. That's for all of us.
Sure. Yeah, DDS20 with the $5 super chat. I want you to do this once a month if possible. It'll be fucking awesome. See, we can say that here because we give no shits. Thank you, Adidas. I appreciate you.
Homie,
yeah,
man. Great
guy. It is an amazing panel tonight. We are blessed to have him. Thank you so much for recognizing that. It is awesome. Plume, what are your thoughts on Alan Wake?
I haven't played it yet.
Fair enough.
I don't really have. Graphically, it looks incredible from what I've seen.
Yeah,
it looks like one of the best looking games. So I'm definitely gonna play it, but I haven't played it. Funny enough, I actually just I like horror. I like Resident Evil. That's like the main horror game I go to. Played Evil Within, and I played. Funny enough, first Alan Wake this year, just because.
Nice.
And I enjoyed it. It was good. So
this one was completely different, though.
This one is a big step up in my opinion. Yeah.
Cool.
Plum, I do want to know though, because we asked Dirt this obviously, so I want to ask you that. What is like kind of encompassing like your game of the year nominees? Like, what would you put up there for yourself as of right now?
The number one right now for me is Quantum Error, the best game.
Sarcasm.
I love it.
It's a 10 for Plume, not a 5. It's a 10. Yeah,
my short. I have a short list right now. There's some games I still want to get to before the end of the year. Like, I'm going through Assassin's Creed Mirage right now, and I feel like I'll love it because I love all those games. But my short list right now is Hi-Fi Rush.
I forgot about Hi-Fi Rush. That's a
good one, brother.
Starfield, MK1, and Hogwarts Legacy. That's my short list right now.
Yeah.
Hogwarts
I love that you brought up Hogwarts
also.
Legacy, my brother. I love it.
That
Thank
one
you.
might be
No.
nominated. That's a great game. Yeah.
That is definitely on my list as well.
Dirt, did you give us
Yeah.
your three, or at least three games you think that should be nominated?
I think I did. Well, I said Starfield. I said Baldur's Gate. Even though I haven't played it, but from what people saying, I believe
Right.
it will be nominated.
Mm-hmm.
And Zelda, like Nintendo games always are nominated. So those are three that I think that will be nominated. I hope Starfield will be nominated. It should be nominated.
It should be. I agree with that.
But it's still kind of
I wouldn't be surprised. I wouldn't be surprised if Spider-Man 2 does end up taking it though, just because of like the mass appeal of Spider-Man and the reviews and it's journalists who are voting on it too, right? So
yeah, true. Very true.
I have to be salty and say I hope it doesn't even get nominated. Go ahead, Rick. What's your favorite, man?
Dave is. I'm always sitting here trying to defend Spider-Man, and Dave's like, "It's fucking DLC. It sucks."
It is. It's a DLC.
It's fine.
Rehashed
It's fine. We agree to disagree.
Right.
I haven't even played the new one. I fucking love Miles Morales. For me, and I answer this on PTK Blam put out a post today. Asked for the best three, and I couldn't do it because it's three is not enough. So I cheated. So for me, I said Starfield. I still think Starfield's going to get snubbed, but that's my game of the year without a doubt. Diablo 4, I really enjoyed. Dead Space Remake, I just finished that up. I love that game. That is now in my top 5. Oh my God, is that game so good.
Did you play
the
original?
I did play the original. I almost, you know what it is, Dirt? I haven't played it since the original. So because I cover Game Pass stuff, I knew it was coming to Game Pass. I'm like, I'm just gonna wait. I didn't think it was only going to take 9 months to get into Game Pass, but it did. So I was very happy that it came right around Halloween time. And thank you, Sarah Bond, and thank you Game Pass for bringing in that game right on time, because I've been playing a lot of horror games. But I'm right there with Plume. Hogwarts Legacy, I loved it through and through. One of the best games built on the latest edition, actually, of UE4, believe it or not. So it just shows you that engine is decent. 5 might be a clusterfuck. But I am also, my fifth was Hi-Fi Rush, because it was just so fresh to me. It was just something different. I know it's it's not really a AAA game, but damn, did I love the animation in that game. I love the writing. I love the writing in that game. There was no bad character. The music is great. That needs to be a Netflix series, in my opinion. Every character was charming and endearing. Even the bad guys were fantastic. I love that game through and through. But those are my 5.
Nice.
I really, come on, Starfield. Like, don't get snubbed. But Dave, what about you, buddy?
All right, so I want to give these two people were mentioned, which was awesome. Which was Armored Core 6 is another one that's pretty good. This the chat brought out. It's a great game. Another one, Jedi Survivor. A lot of people really like that. It had some issues. A lot of people put
that in their list,
but
I never did finish
really
that
good.
one. I got to finish that one.
I didn't finish it either.
For me, number 1 is Starfield, hands down. Number 2 is Hogwarts Legacy. Number 3, Diablo 4.
Okay. Yeah.
That's my top 3,
solid.
which I believe should be nominated. We'll see. It's going to be. And somebody was saying, kind of like the Oscars did a few years back, that he probably needs to open up the field to like 10 games for Game of the Year.
To a year like this.
Yeah, Jesus. Exactly. To make it more palatable, as it were. Because a lot of people, if they at least get the nomination, they'll feel like they've earned something, even if they don't win or not nominated any other category. I mean, Starfield, there's like probably 3 or 4 categories: best sound, best design,
art design.
Yeah,
better
exactly.
effing win, or I
best
will
game,
probably
best
riot.
RPG. I'm just saying, there's a lot of different things that it could be up for. So I don't think it'll win best driving game.
Hoda Canuck saying he's got Starfield, Hogwarts, Zelda, BG3, Alan Wake 2, and Jedi Survivor. Yeah, I'm curious to see, like, a lot of people have Jedi Survivor on their list as well. I could see Alan Wake 2 getting snubbed here. but we'll see. You know, it's a lot. This is a crazy year, crazy fucking year. Top notch with the $2 super chat says Pony 101 Plume. Why you like Xbox? Just play Spider-Man. Spider-Man.
I'll end up playing it. I'm just gonna wait until it's
I will too. I'm
half
waiting
price
for
or
it. I'm
second
waiting.
hand.
Yeah, that's what I'm doing too.
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
so cheap. I'm such a cheap piece of shit.
I gotta say
Yeah.
this I gotta preface this because I do not want anybody buying me this game. So this is not a call out for, hey man, buy me a game like some other content creators do. But
Yeah.
I'm telling you now, the only effing way I would play Spider-Man 2 is if it was bought and paid for. And even then, if somebody gave it to me, has gifted it to me, and then I would actually play it and stream it and rip it and make fun of it the whole time. And we
Just send it to me. Don't give it to Dave because I'm wasting your damn money.
I actually
I'll
had a
play it.
supporter, 2Man 55 buy me Spider-Man. So yeah.
Oh, I know Tool Man. What's up, Tool? Shout out to Tool Man. Good dude.
Well, we
Yeah,
have a couple
100%.
of quick more super chats real quick.
Sure. Jay Rember with the $2 super chat says TTS fellas.
What's up, Jay?
Yeah, we're doing it. We're doing that, Jay.
Yeah,
We
you can
got
go ahead and say it all out if you want to. You don't have to say TTS. You can say talk that shit.
Just saying. I don't know why.
And somebody, when there's an M in there, that's talk that motherfucking shit.
Yeah, that's what.
Gotcha.
That's what
Thank you,
Shaun
Dave, for
called his
clarifying.
solo
You're
show.
welcome.
Is that-
You're welcome.
Zappa with
Oh,
a $5 super chat says, do any of you think TVGA can air to snub Xbox when they're heading into 2024 looking this strong? I don't know what she's saying.
The
or what he's
VGAs, I
saying.
think.
Video game word.
Oh, I'm an
Yeah,
idiot.
You think they'll snub Xbox? Is that what you're saying?
I
So
mean,
do you
I'm
think-
hoping
Yeah,
Starfield
I
gets nominated,
mean-
man. But I won't be surprised if it doesn't. You know,
Yeah.
Like you
Yeah.
got to think of like what under Xbox would get nominated. I mean, you get your Hi-Fi Rush and you get your Starfield. Forza, we know is not going to be in
No,
Game of the Year. It never, that just like fighters, like Dirt was saying, like fighters will get screwed in Game of the Year. They always do.
Yeah.
Go ahead,
just like
Plume.
racers do. But what do you think? Plume?
I honestly to me, if Hi-Fi Rush isn't nominated for Game of the Year, for me it's a snub. It's just such a unique game.
Yep.
It had no
So
bugs.
unique.
No
It was
flaws.
literally
no
perfect through and
flaws,
through.
dude. Flawless game.
But
Yeah.
that one, I would. You can almost bet it's gonna get snubbed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh
Well,
yeah.
maybe-
That's getting
Or
stuff.
maybe it'll get something like new game or something like, because they do have a category for, I
It'll
guess,
get
the
yeah.
new
It's
first
gonna
time
get- It's gonna be
franchise, maybe.
something. It's gonna
My-
be in a category. for
My
sure.
hope is that it takes two one game of the year.
Yes.
So if
It
a game
did.
like that can win
It
game
did.
of the year,
Yes,
Hi-Fi
very
Rush
true.
and-
Hey, but honestly, that game was amazing, though.
It was.
It
I
was-
don't know if you
It
played
Takes
was
Two
no, it was
was
great.
the best. Yeah, it was the best co-op I've played in. I literally can't remember.
Yeah, that game
like
was
the
amazing.
the last two winners, like It Takes Two and Elden Ring. I sat there and went, yup. Like both times, I was like, deserves it.
Yeah,
By the way, It Takes Two hit Game Pass, and that's when I played it, and I was like, holy shit, this game is good.
incredible. Yeah,
Yeah. Jax82 with the $5 super chat says last year Game of the Year nominees: Elden Ring, A Plague Tale, Requiem. I love that game.
Great game.
I love A Plague Tale. Great story. One of the best stories in my opinion.
Okay.
God of War Ragnarok, Horizon Forbidden West, Stray, Xenoblade Chronicles 3. I forgot Xenoblade was in there. But yeah.
Stray's great too.
Yeah, Zelda will definitely
Yeah.
be in there too.
Now, like the question I got to ask you guys:
Hmm?
Resident Evil 4. Do you think by it being a remake, it will
The
make-
remake.
Yeah,
I don't think it
I
should be.
love it. I don't
I
think
loved
it
it.
should be there though.
Yeah, I don't think so either.
I kind of, well, I did say Dead Space, so I guess
Yeah,
sure.
like that
Um,
one.
I
that
know
was gonna
that
be
there's
there
no
either.
chance there's no chance of that
Mhm.
happening, but that's like my personal list. But yeah, a lot of people are like, do the remakes deserve to be there? And I think there's a good argument for them not to be. I don't honestly, it's hard to say, because if you had your Dead Space and you had both of those games, that's 2 slots out of the 6 that would take
Yeah.
up, right?
Yeah.
So-
There you go.
Deserve to be there.
Yeah, tough call.
Great game.
Good question though.
I love both.
Great,
of them.
yeah, absolutely great games, 100%.
Yeah.
Let's see, yeah. So I think we'll probably end on this, and this was just a little quick side note. Gears of War creator Cliffy B says series needs a God of War style reboot. He says Phil Spencer has my number. So Cliff Blazinski, the creator behind the Gears of War
He's
series,
look for a job.
said, suggested the games get a God of War style reboot. Oh, and that Xbox just needs to give him a call. Speaking with Comic Book about this upcoming comic scrapper conversation, turned to the shooter series where Blinsky said he could consult on any ideas Microsoft may have for the series and suggested it could get a little bit of a reboot like God of War had in 2018. I've always said, this is him saying this, I've always said, Phil Spencer has my number. He told the publication, I'm happy to consult. Gears will always be near and dear to my heart. Plume, I'll go to you first.
Mm-hmm.
What do you think about Cliff's comments? Do you think Gears needs a reboot? Something along the lines of the God of War 2018 reboot? Or what are your thoughts about this? It's a tough one.
I enjoy Gears as it is right now. So I don't know if I would really want them to stray too much away from the formula, but maybe I'm in the minority here and it needs a refresh for it to blossom. I don't know. I think it's fine. I think like they can just continue down the same line. I don't want it to be like a really very cinematic, like you're just watching hours of cutscenes and it's like, there's a lot of like walking and I don't know. I don't want that. I just don't want that.
You've described every PlayStation first party game for the last 3 years.
The sad dad walking simulator is. He's like, I don't want a movie. I want to play the game. I don't want to watch it.
I don't know. To me, it's the gameplay is what makes Gears phenomenal. It's like I love everything about it, and obviously the characters and the atmosphere and everything. But yeah, I'd be absolutely okay if they just made more Gears.
Yes.
Okay.
I believe they're working on something.
Fair enough. Yeah. I'd say they're probably working on Gear 6. Dirt, what do you think about this? Cliffy B looking for that paycheck. Pay me. Consult me. I don't know. What do you think? Do you think Gears needs a reboot?
I don't think they need a reboot like God of War 2018 reboot. Even though I love God of War 2018, I think this extra time they're having, giving those guys time, because remember they were doing Gears games every 3 years.
Right.
This extra time, I think, is going to give them the extra time to add something new. Does it need something new to spice it up? Sure. I wouldn't be opposed to that. But a brand new, just a reboot, I don't think that's necessary.
Yeah.
I don't think a reboot is necessary, but I'm okay with them, tweaking some things. Like in Gears 5, they tried some things with this skiff or whatever it was called.
That
didn't
more
add
open
much.
World-ish.
Yeah, open world dish. It didn't add much, but I love Gears 5, right? I loved it. Some people didn't like it that much, but I enjoyed it. But I don't think it needs just a reboot like God of War. So I think Cliffy just trying to, he might be getting that itch to get back into game development. And hey Phil, I got an idea about Gears, and Phil's probably
I see you spending all that money. Hey,
hey, I'm available.
I see you have 90 billion in cash.
Right,
exactly.
I'm available, Phil.
Yeah.
So, but I can't wait to see what the coalition is working on, because those guys, I think High Busters, that little expansion was slept on. I don't think
it was slept on. It was
incredible.
definitely slept on.
It was it was some of the most beautiful graphics I've ever seen.
Yep.
And it was a dope little expansion, but not a lot of people talked about it. So I really feel I can't wait to see what the coalition is working on, though.
Yeah,
nice.
Same here. Dave, what are your thoughts about what Cliffy had to say, and what do you think about Gears? Does it need that reboot?
So here's what I think. I love the way it is, and if anything, if they did a cleaned up version to like remasters for the PC, I'm okay with that. Bring up to 4K kind of thing on all the games. But so we know from Jez Corden talking when he's drunk that he has said, let's face it, he's awesome.
True.
I love him, but he'll let a few little nibits about. He thinks that 6 is definitely in production now, and that it's in the works, and it may be further along than we suspect. Hello, Post Up. Welcome. And
Post Up,
also, I know I love Post Up. And also that it's going to be Unreal Engine 5 from the ground up, exclusively made for the current gen consoles, meaning it's going to be made for the Xbox Series X, Series S, and PC. So it is going to look absolutely beautiful because these, I mean, when you have Epic and Unreal saying that this team demos and does the best work and has brought the most
On
out
their
of
engine,
Unreal
right.
5, you know this game is gonna, push the boundaries every which direction it
Didn't
can.
they help with that Matrix demo?
They did.
Yep,
They
absolutely.
made that exactly. And I tell you something else, the idea of Cliffy doing something, I'm okay as long as it's not 6. And I think they should go back. All right, here's my spiel, bro. I'll make it quick. Gears of War 6, not Gears 6. Gears of War 6 is what it should be called.
Yeah, amen to that, brother.
And then
we'll go
and then they have like
I
a
think
Gears
so.
Tactics, right? So Tactics was cool. So continue to make Tactics in the Gears world. And I think that again, Cliffy was talking about maybe even a first-person shooter version of Gears. Just call it Gears something, Gears Infinite. I don't know.
Spin-off, you mean like a spin-off?
Exactly.
Yeah.
So it can be in a universe with different characters and let Cliffy work his magic and weave his storyline in there. That's cool. I'm okay with that. As long as there's still the core Gears, I think there's enough room for other elements of Gears because Gears Tactics to
I
me
agree.
proved that. That's just mine. Retro, what do you think?
I do not want to see this. As a matter of fact, I'm one of those guys. Maybe I'm popular. I wouldn't mind watching the Coalition do something that isn't Gears, personally.
Ooh, what about prequel? You see that tweet there? Look at that.
That's what Judgment was, right? Like, wasn't
prequel would be great. One of the things I did like what Cliffy B did say is he would like the horror elements to come back into Gears, and I agree with big time because I haven't been afraid. I haven't been like scared in a Gears game since like 2. It became too much actiony to me versus like scared of the bad guys. So Gears Infinite, what the F, Dave? So I love Cliffy. I would like to see him come back in some capacity, but I don't need to see Gears 1, 2, 3. I don't need to see that come back. I want Coalition. Let him cook. Let him do new stuff. In my opinion, you know what I mean. Let him finish up the series with 6 and then move on to something else. That's what I'm hoping happens. But Cliffy out here just trying to get paid.
Though. I want Marcus to be the protagonist again.
I agree. I do agree with that. It would be nice to have Marcus back. Post Up says Gears needs to go back to its core before it got cheesy. I think maybe Post Up and me are kind of in the same vein there. I did enjoy 5. I kind of like the open world stuff, but to Plume's point, like the gameplay for Gears is kind of where it's at. It's a really good gameplay mechanics and a gameplay loop. I think that's its strength, so I don't want to see that go away. But we'll see. Yep. We'll see what happens. You know what I mean?
RHETRI, what a show tonight, huh? Oh my gosh.
Absolutely, man.
Amazing. We're over 220 people still in the chat right now. Thank you so much. Up to like 250 at one time. Thank you all so much for being here. I do have one last thing to show, and I want to get everybody's quick opinion on this before we get everybody out here. Yes, sure. I'm bringing up more crap. I can't help it. So, has anybody seen this? Because, the game Call of Duty comes out this week, and some stores have already started getting the boxes in stock. And so this is an interesting thing on the back of the Microsoft version of the box. Anybody seen that yet? And that's legit. That is
best-selling franchise on Xbox.
That's interesting. Is it is that new, or is that the first time it's on the back of Call of Duty, that big Microsoft logo like that? Microsoft and not Xbox.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, it is.
That's
Microsoft
a good point.
Gaming.
Yeah. I don't know. I haven't bought. It's been a hot minute since I bought anything physical.
Me, I haven't bought anything physical since 2017. But I don't remember seeing the Microsoft logo on the back of Xbox.
Don't worry, guys. I have Call of Duty right here. Let's see.
Yeah. There you go. Is it there?
There's nothing there.
Let's see
This is
here.
modern-
Hang on.
modern
Let
warfare.
me bring you.
That was such a good game. That's 2019, man. That game was fire. That campaign
Yeah,
was
it was
amazing.
good.
Yeah.
So
That's interesting. And it says Microsoft, not Xbox. That's interesting, y'all.
Yeah.
Just Microsoft. We own the world, and now we own ABK too.
Oh, that's
Suckers!
Oh, wow.
Yeah,
very
Love to see it.
I think it's pretty awesome that they're doing that, because to me that's that's the kind of stuff that they need to do. They need to make sure that everybody is aware, because when the casual gamers make that purchase in the future, where am I going to play my Call of Duty? You should buy an Xbox, or you should play it on your PC, because that's what it's all about. Just saying.
Just Game Pass.
if they're allowed to advertise.
And they will be eventually.
Yeah.
Hey, your
year.
post up say
Yeah.
Activision is under Microsoft, not Xbox. Facts. That's true. That's true,
Yeah.
my brother.
I mean, yep.
Damn.
Not wrong. Yep.
Look at you.
Hey, they ain't playing.
Rap,
Hey,
post up.
They ain't playing, like you said. Wow.
So yeah, I
Crazy,
just
man.
thought that was interesting. I just
Very interesting.
I just thought that was kind of a neat way to end the show with a little more salt. What? No. Was I'm not talking salt. Oh my gosh. Anyway, thanks. Still 214 people here, and if you don't mind, before you take off, hit the like button, because we know you like Dirt, so hit the like button for that. We know you like Plume, hit the like button for that. We know you tolerate RHETRI, hit the like button.
He's a
And my
tolerant.
awesome haircut.
You love RHETRI. He's the best. Please hit the like button for that. And you put up with me, big fat guy in the chair. So hit the like button for that. So please, if you get a chance, hit the like button. And I hate asking for it, but it really does make a difference. So, or I wouldn't even ask it. And if you find yourself wanting to be a member, it's $1 to become a member, and you get all those cool, but you're going to drop them in the chat right now, all these cool emojis. Plus, it helps support our bonus show. We don't make our bonus show exclusive anymore, because we never really did. What we do is that because of being members, even if it's just the $1 level, that gives us the once a month bonus episode. This last month's bonus episode was a Halloween episode, which was cool. We had Silent Cypher, we had Death Dealer, and we had her husband. Dreadpool couldn't get it out there.
Get out of it.
So yeah, so it was, and they were all big horror guys. I mean, hell, Death Dealer and Dreadpool, run a couple of actually haunted houses. So they know what they're doing. So it's pretty cool, and it was a great show. We're already making plans to do that again next year. But man, what a absolute fire panel tonight. Oh my gosh, I'm gonna go backwards the way I introduce it. So I'm gonna say Plume Network, Tony, thank you so much for being here, man. I'm absolutely ecstatic to have you on. I was felt blessed to interview you, and to have you on, man. You are a pillar in the community, and you work your ass off every day. People, you need to subscribe to his channel. It's down below. Make sure you hit the bell icon so you get his updates. Every day he releases video content and letting you know about the latest news about all video games, as well as Xbox and others, because if it's pertinent in gaming, Plume is going to cover it for you. Plume, tell everybody where they can reach out to you.
Yeah, first of all, I appreciate that, and it was fun talking with you guys. Good to see you again, Dear, as well. You can catch me on YouTube at Plume Network, and on X, Plume Network, and search it, you'll find it.
That's awesome, man. And like I said, we have in the links or in the description below, both on the YouTube, and then when it goes up on audio, it'll also be there as well. It'll be in the description. So if you listen to this later, you can click through that and find it. And please, you are doing yourself a disservice if you are not following Plume Network. I tell you, all the latest gaming, and he's got you covered. One of the best places to do it. And I'm not just saying that, man. It's good shit, and I listen to it every single. I think all of us do every single day. We listen to Plume, man.
On my way to work, I listen to it every morning.
There you go.
Appreciate that, guys. Thanks.
And of course, the Salt Master himself, the Wild Man. Talk that shit. He bleeds green, people. I'm telling you. Please, the one and only Dirt Griggity. Dirt, tell everybody where they can find you, sir.
Thanks for having me, man. It was a lot of fun. Check out my channel, Dirt Griggity. I'm on X at Griggity. GRIGGITY. So yeah, man. Check out my channel. We got got WBG tomorrow evening, 6 p.m. Eastern time. I got to double check with them, but I believe I have C Money on. I don't know if his wife is coming on or not. I got to double check with them, but yeah, I'm definitely going to have him on tomorrow. I don't bleed all, Big Bad Mo. Show some damn respect.
Hey, Dirt,
He bleeds oil.
Dirt, I saved this chat earlier and I didn't want to play it at the time. Didn't want to show it at the time because I know how much you have respect for Big Mad Mo. But did you see what he put earlier?
No.
Yeah, man. They kiss my ass, Mo. How about that one?
So mean. But you know what? They do it because they love you, man.
Yeah, they do. Yeah. So yeah, that's that's about it. So check out my channel. I have a lot of fun. We have a lot of fun. Yes, we do console war stuff, and it's fun.
Yeah, and I tell you, if you're in the chat and you have a I guess a affinity for PlayStation, and you start talking bad because you're a PlayStation fanboy, a pony, or whatever you want to call yourself, you won't last long in the chat, and it's hilarious.
Hey Dave, my channel is not a debate show. I don't care about your damn opinion.
It's a dictatorship.
Exactly.
Dirt's way or the highway.
I don't care about your PlayStation opinions. Get the hell out of here. Don't come in here. Yo, Dirt. Xbox is dog shit. Get him out of here. Get his ass out of here.
Snipe him. Snipe him.
We're not a debate show. I don't care about your opinion.
They're so good.
I've been there, done that. Don't want to hear no more of that shit.
Amen. Well, we're blessed to have you on our show, man. Thank you so much for coming back, and hopefully you'll come again because, like I said, we love having both of you guys are amazing. But man, I say this without any kind of hesitation in my voice at all. RHETRI is the reason that the show is doing as successful as it is because when I reached out to find a co-host for this, he was the first one I asked, and I'm so glad that he said yes because his content is fantastic. He does his own hard work every day, and you need to check that out, as well as he has his own show coming up on Saturdays. It's going to be a future, so we'll talk about that when it does happen. But and he's already assembling his panel for that show, and I'm looking forward to it. But I'm going to put this in chat right now, so please, everybody, go subscribe to RHETRI's channel. Shout
out to RHETRI.
That's right.
Appreciate that, man. Yeah. I'm assembling my Avengers right now for our Saturday show. It's going to be a little while before we get it because we're perfectionists. So we're trying to do our intro, our music, and all that jazz. Because, we're my panel's all like that though. We were just talking last night, and we're like, no, it's got to be perfect before we launch. So but it's gonna be a lot of fun. Can't wait to start that show up. But thank you, Web Dave, man, Dirk, Griggity, and Plume, you guys. We know, like, we knew we were gonna kill it, and you killed it. Like, chat was on fire tonight too. Like, thank you guys for coming out. It was a fun show. We were talking that shit, but it's all in good fun. We're all gamers here, so go play some games. Go play that Call of Duty campaign. It's not as bad as
you play before you go to bed.
It's fine.
You finish it before you go to bed.
Exactly. Yeah, you get the time. It's not that long.
And if you got like 10 hours, you could probably beat Spider-Man too.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Exactly.
Anyway,
love it.
Yeah, that little expansion pack you can pick up for paying $70 expansion pack. That's crazy. Oh man. Anyway, thanks guys for joining us. Love everybody here, and thank you all for being here, and thank you for joining us here on the Gamers Council.